What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Royal Roundtable podcast. It is your host, Nick, Sacred Almighty, Sacred, whatever you want to call me, is totally fine. I am here today. We're back with, season 2, episode 1 of the only podcast you should be listening to, first and foremost.
Facts.
I have my guests with me. I have my 3 amazing co-hosts. Everybody introduce yourself so everybody can get reacquainted. Right, say hi.
What is poppin', ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mikey JTV in the mother and place B. And holy crap, it feels great to be recording again. To be honest, bro, y'all gonna hear about me later, but yeah.
All right, it's me, Shaishimi. I'm new to this. It feels weird, but I'm excited.
Look at her, new,
real new. We got a new one on San. And last but not least.
You already know who it is, bro. Henshin a go, baby. I had to hit it for the one time. Okay.
You still do that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely,
what?
Bro. I need a Beautiful Joe remake. I do.
Okay. Anyway.
Wow.
I mean, Capcom is just handing out shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say Capcom is letting it rock. So
it's crazy. I haven't played that in a really
you
really
are missing
long time.
out. The games did not age good.
Well,
That's why he wants a remake. The games have not aged well. Those games are fucking terrible now. They were good when they came out.
Terrible now, but back then they weren't.
They were amazing when they came out.
They were fun.
They were amazing when they came out, but they definitely aged like trash. But that aside, before we get into all the banter and whatnot, welcome back. This is season 2, episode 1. Season 1 ended on episode 17 or 18. This time we're here with not only another person on the cast, but also an editor. Shout out to my G Olivia for editing this and everything that you see on here, audio and everything. Thank you so much. And I'm very excited about this because we actually have some announcements before we get into everything. First and foremost, the podcast is changing from a bi-weekly podcast to a weekly podcast.
Weekly.
We are now also available on Apple Podcasts. If you guys don't remember, during the entire first season of the podcast, we were talking about getting on Apple Podcasts because we were on Spotify for so damn long, but now we're finally here on Apple Podcasts. So with that being said, make sure if you're watching either the YouTube, the Spotify, or the Apple Podcast, make sure you rate the podcast by leaving a like on YouTube and or whatever rating system there is over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so that way we can branch out to more listeners and more new people as well. But then also, the last and final announcement is we actually have a new Patreon setup. The Patreon is to basically help provide income from the podcast because unfortunately over on YouTube, everything is demonetized. It took forever for those things to like actually get, I want to say monetized again. And at that point, you know, we stopped uploading for like 7 or 8 months, but now that we're back and I want to be able to, just help pay our editor. And also, I guess, pay the people involved in this. We definitely do want, the support from the community as well. If you're interested in signing up, the lowest tier that you can actually be a part of is $5 and the highest being $25. There are obviously extra perks that you can actually get access to in whatever description you're watching this on. Make sure you go click the YouTube channel and whatever podcast description that you're watching on any platform. And you should be able to join that. There also, the Discord is free. And
yeah, we have a Discord now.
Yeah, we got a Discord. I'm not gonna say that long ass link, but if you are watching over on the YouTube channel, definitely be sure to check the description in any video, and you will find the Discord link from that. Join in. It's free to join. You don't have to be subscribed, but obviously paying members on any tier that is involved with income or whatever do get access to like certain chat rooms, certain things such as like topic suggestions, potentially guests on the podcast themselves. They have a good camera and or mic, and also on the Patreon you get access to certain exclusive series that we will be doing, solo ventures and whatnot over here. First episodes of everybody's respective series will be free over on the YouTube channel and whatever podcast site they decide to upload to. But for the most part, everything else will be streamed and put on the Patreon. So if you're interested in any of that stuff and have some more suggestions, definitely let me know in the comment section below and or on Twitter at LostRoyalty __. And that's it. That's the opener. Let's get that bag, boy. We did that. Let's go.
We podding, baby. Let's go.
That shit in one go. Nobody's stopping me. But
one take Drake.
with that being said, I actually want to, since it has been like 7 or 8 months since the last time we even did a podcast episode, I want to know, how is everybody doing here? Mental health check-ins. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's up with the lives and shit? Know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Let me get mine out the way. So that way Mikey.
Bro, haven't you said enough?
Bro, I'm the host.
roll.
I'm the host.
I get that.
I'm the host. I'm on a roll.
Oh my God.
I'm on a roll. I'm really
Every
doing this
day.
in one take. What are you talking about?
All right, go ahead.
You
Go
see how
ahead. Go ahead.
flawless that
Go ahead.
was?
Go ahead.
Anywho. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? Life is great.
Whatever.
Life is great. I'm happy that we're doing the podcast again. This is actually a really good way to like vent out whatever I was feeling about certain topics, especially whatever's going on in pop culture and or politics and whatnot. So I'm happy that we're doing this again. I'm happy. Honestly, dude, life is doing great. Life is changing, and you know, I learned to adapt way better than I could plan. So here we go.
Love to see it. Are you done? Is that it?
See, I was short. See, that's why I want to get it
Damn,
out.
I thought you was gonna go like a long way.
Y'all about to sit here and do a long joint. Like, damn.
I mean, you tend to do that.
Okay.
You know.
I'm in podcast mode. It's different, dog.
All right.
I'm the host.
Oh, here you. Yeah, I'm the host. Exactly what you mean. Okay. Anyway, who wants to go next?
All right, let's let let the new blood.
Let's let the new person. Let's let her get it.
Life has been good. I had a time last month where I was feeling kind of, I don't know, really, really drained, exhausted, didn't want to do anything. But I managed to find my motivation and I'm working towards it, working out, eating well, taking care of myself, standing up for myself. I'm doing good. I'm doing very well. So I'm very happy. And I'm really excited to be doing the podcast because you guys are going to be able to keep me up to date. And not only that, pick my brain about certain topics I normally don't get to talk about with anybody. So,
and that's great because we needed a female opinion on the podcast. We definitely needed one.
I want you all to know there is, I don't know what episode it is, but I remember me and Mikey talking about me needing, like, we want a female on this podcast. We need one. And I was just like, I want to get one, but I just don't know who. I don't know who, what, where, when, and how, but it's going to happen. And lo and behold, you see how God works? That's that manifestation. You know what I'm saying? I know
There you go, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you better believe in
TikTok
something.
like that.
You better believe in something.
Manifestation.
You better believe in something.
Okay.
That's all over TikTok, man. They be manifesting everything.
You got to.
Manifesting cars.
No, but a lot of people don't
manifesting
believe when they
guns.
manifest, though. They just say it to be saying that shit.
I was gonna say, how do you even know like if it's a manifestation or not? You know what I mean?
So you work towards things you want. So if you manifested something, you work towards it. So for me, if I say I want to hit a goal, right, I have to believe in that goal and I have to be completely immersed in that goal to be able to achieve that goal regardless, right? So it may take a couple months, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but at some point you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I asked for this a while ago.
Okay.
And be like, damn, I manifested that. A lot of people don't know that when it comes to manifesting something, you have to actually believe in it. A lot of people are unsure about themselves, and that's why they don't accomplish anything.
Yep. Or they lose
They're
focus.
not ready for that.
Yep.
You gotta stay on focus. Stay the course. That's always been a thing that I've been saying for like years. Stay the course. Everything that I'm doing now, I talked about doing. Mikey was there. I talked about doing this shit when I was 18 years old. Here I am now, turning 25. I'm here.
I'm always there.
So it's like, come on, we here. We're here now. But Yoku, Mikey, it's your turn.
I guess I'll go. Speaking of staying the course, my course is so slow, but it's steady.
As long as you're on a path.
I feel that.
As long as you're on a path. As long as you're on a path.
Steady.
And unlike Shy, I have not found my focus yet. So while we were, done on the break with the podcast or whatever, I did start back up on YouTube. Genshin Impact came out. My focus was like, on Genshin Impact, and then it just got boring all of a sudden.
Thank you for saying that, Mike.
Not in the way that it got boring for you, Yoku.
No, it doesn't matter.
No. Anyway,
it got boring.
It got boring. Yeah.
I got so burnt out, and you know what it did? It was Hu Tao, and I found myself summoning for that fucking spear.
Did you get it like turn one?
No, hell no. And I'm not even gonna disclose how much I spent. But that's besides the point.
Was it over like 1,000?
No, I wasn't that much. But
Okay.
It better not be.
Oh, we don't have another tag tone, do we?
it was a stupid amount of money. for me in my situation. But I was just like, why the fuck am I doing this? And I was like,
playing the game right now, huh?
No, I'm not playing the game because that experience left such a bad taste in my mouth, and obviously it's all my fault.
That's how I feel about Dokkan Battle.
Oh God,
I'm never going back to Dokkan Battle.
But you didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted. I didn't
either.
I got it.
You spent a lot of money.
That price was high. That price was high. But
this is why I can't do gacha games.
You're not missing out, Ma. Trust me.
But
okay.
No, that was definitely a learning situation for me. I had to back off. I really had to back off of content creation because I need to find something I can do that's not geared around gacha. Because I will fuck around and lose my house trying to do YouTube. It just does not. No, it doesn't work like that.
Gacha's one of those things where it's like if you're not putting in the money, you're not making the money back.
Exactly.
Yep.
Even then, man, I've looked at a lot of the channels for YouTube and stuff like that do it. These guys, these guys that are running gacha. Wow.
You just burp?
No. That part hurt like a tiny bit, but it like slammed against my desk, and I'm like, how does wires don't do that? But it's whatever.
Heavy wire. No.
Oh my God.
They most of the guys that do gacha that are successful, like smaller content creators or whatever, but they get the comments and the community and whatnot, and they keep pumping out content. They have full-time jobs in something technological. When you listen to them and they talk about what they do, it's I'm a computer engineer and so, or
so they just have jobs.
They just have jobs.
It's not just regular jobs though. It's not just regular jobs though. No, because like
it's the STEM folks.
Yeah,
I mean, what's the difference though?
Business guy.
It's a job.
Because like think about it like this, right? No, it is a job or a career, whatever.
Well, before we get into this, let me finish my mental. You always fucking do this, Yoku. I swear to God, we're going to fucking replace you, dog. Anyway.
Yikes! Yeah, it's our
like
first
that,
day
bro.
back.
Anyway,
look, you see the beard, bro. I'm trying to become Mikey. Come on, relax.
Where I'm at in my journey here, because as you guys know, I was in school. I had to drop out because things were actually just getting bad because my wife had lost her job because of the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. And then for some reason she couldn't get unemployment. So I was like, well, let me hop into, content creation, because I was doing editing before. And I was making, as a matter of fact, what's crazy is I stopped editing and I was making a lot of money doing editing to go back to YouTube and made absolutely fucking nothing. Like the first month of Genshin Impact was great. I made all my money back that I spent on the game. That was great. And then after that, the views just said, they were gone. Like, what the fuck just happened? So and here I am trying to play catch up and trying to get these views back. And it's just like, this is an uphill battle. And I at the point of Hu Tao, I could not win it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on myself. I got into sneakers. I absolutely love buying sneakers. Now, that's besides the point. I spent my stimulus on sneakers, but that's besides the point. But anyway.
What are we doing here?
That's besides the point.
Panty money and you put it on sneakers. I'm like,
why did the
that
Lord
mentality too strong, man? He had to spend it on something.
I had to spend it on something material. I had to spend it on something tangible. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Tangible. That I could hold in my hand and be like, yes, I love this. Because spending a lot of money for fucking pings is not, it ain't it. It's just not it. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm in a space to where I can, I'm not spending a lot on gacha. I'm not spending a lot on too much of anything. Like, I'm just at a point to where I want to get myself together. And the one thing that I've been buying is like clothes and shoes and all that kind of stuff to, spruce myself up, get my confidence up. And where I'm going with that is I'm buying stuff that I can fit. You know what I'm saying? I can fit it, but it would fit a lot better if I was fit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm trying to get to. So I need to be consistent in like eating healthy and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm on my way there. Like I'm doing better than I was like while I was doing YouTube. I don't think I could do YouTube anymore. And it's not an I quit, video that's coming later, but
well, there you go.
No, but I will be, I'm obviously now I'm Nick's editor, so he's helping me out. He tossing me videos here and there, so I'll be, when you watch his videos, I'm the man behind all the zoom ins and the cuts and the funny shit. That's going to be me. But other than that, I'll probably just stream. I think streaming is a good way to go if I'm feeling like I need to do something, I need to play a game or something that I want people to see, I'll stream it. I don't think YouTube is the way for me anymore. And that's a big pill to swallow, because some people's pride will not let them do that.
That is true.
They have to just keep going and keep going and keep going, and they're not getting anywhere. And I'm not calling anybody out, but that's what I've struggled with. Like, I mean, I've got up to 20,000 subscribers, but where they at? You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you play gotcha. It's either the views are going to get you or the spending going to get you. And 9 times out of 10, that spending is going to get you first before the views do. So that's just something there. But anyway, that's how I'm doing. All right, Yoku, you can do whatever the fuck it is you're going to do.
I don't remember what I was going to tell you, so it doesn't even matter now. But I've been all right. You know, we changed up the hair a little bit. Last time you guys saw me, I had the big flat top.
That's how you know it's season 2.
Yeah, that's how you know it's season 2 right there, bro. New hairstyles. So we're on a nice little fuck boy path right now. It's cool. You know?
I don't know what the fuck is going on up here. I have no idea.
Bro. I need a retwist ASAP. I need a retwist ASAP. I need a retwist ASAP. I'm talking about. I've been growing my hair out since what?
2019, right?
Since before, 2017, right?
Has it been that long?
No. Since the last retwist? No. So the last retwist was like in February.
Okay.
So I kind of just let my hair just do whatever it wants to do, and it's just been growing rapidly. Then I started working out too. Like,
yeah,
the hair and nails growing back. I'm like, bruh, I'm letting this shit rough out. Real talk. Fuck it.
I feel you. See, I don't like working out by myself though.
Nigga, you need that. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. No. I like having a no. Okay, so the way that I work, and then I've noticed about a lot of things currently in my life, I bounce energies off of people. So when I go work out, I'm already lazy as fuck. So when I work out, I'm doing the bare minimum that I need to get where I'm trying to go, right? So like JoJo's bod, do the bare minimum, I'm done. Call it a day, right? However, if I have somebody to work out with, like when I was younger, I used to work on my dad, and my dad is like, you know, he's stocky. So he likes to max a lot of the fucking time. He doesn't care about however his body becomes or whatever, because he's already the certain way that he wants. He just goes to the gym just because he can at this point. So when I used to go with him, it'd be like max out all the time. And so younger me, when I ran track, I was like really fucking fit. So I'm used to that. I'm used to having somebody else that's there that like, all right, they just ran 3 sets.
Wait, he made you max out?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Max out.
It wasn't like a forced thing though. No. Yeah, it wasn't like he forced me to do it. It was like my dad would be like, all right, cool. His sets are, you know, I don't know, 3 whatevers, 20 things a pop, right? Cool. And so I can't lift as much as him, but I would match the number that he did, but it just wouldn't be based off the same weight.
Okay. It was so it was the max of what you could.
Of what I could do. But I was definitely gonna match him in terms of like if he did like, I don't know, 50 push-ups, I'm pumping out 50 push-ups. So like I was very competitive, but not for the sake of like I did more than you. You just not gonna bitch me out. Like I've always been like that. Oh. You're not gonna bitch me out like, oh man, you did 30 whatever. You did 30 pull-ups. I'm about to do 32. Like so.
Good for you.
That's why I say like I need
a
partner in the gym.
I'm the same.
I'm not. I will definitely. You do you. I'm
not
here
right
on the
now,
treadmill.
but it's like that's why I don't go to the gym. You know, that's why I don't go to the gym. Can't nobody. I can't punk myself. You know, so I'm like, oh man,
sure
I did 1 set today. Nah, fuck
you
that.
can always. You can always
cool,
psych.
bro.
You can always no balls yourself. You can psych yourself out to do shit that you wouldn't normally do. You can though.
See, I feel
you're not
like
supposed to hype yourself like that though. Like the purpose of the gym is supposed to like get your endorphins out. So like if I were you, like I'd start instead of like going in trying to psych yourself out to like work out. I think because what I do is I go in with a lot of shit on my mind on purpose.
Yeah.
So like I'll start thinking about everything, go in there, start doing what the fuck I'm doing, and just think about it as I'm doing it. I come out with a lot of clarity from that shit, low key. So like that's definitely something you should probably look into.
Okay.
Because I'll like sit there and like go in there with a jumble something of thoughts, but then have an answer or two for like 2 of the 5 things I was thinking about.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna front you. The funniest thing about your workout story is when you were like JoJo Bot, I was sitting here imagining the Yoku hitting the.
Yo, why you put
so
that? I'm gonna do it.
With the buff arms, you gonna hit the kami poses and shit.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm about to get the JoJo Bot and just like I'm gonna stand it out too.
A stand theme.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like somebody just as fit as me. Yeah, I'm gonna get somebody just as fit. They're gonna be in the back doing the poses.
I need a stand.
That's the person that should be giving you motivation. The fuck?
I'm just saying. You gotta look at yourself like, yeah, damn, bro, I want to be that guy. Like, I think for me, the biggest thing for me, I was talking to Jess about this the other day. I was like, damn, it really sucks how I've grown a lot, but my body doesn't reflect it. Like, I still look exactly how I did like a couple years ago, back when I was really like depressed and shit. So I was like, damn, like I'm turning 25. I have a lot more clarity on like certain situations from back then. And I have a lot more like outlook on shit. Things have changed, obviously. And it was like, now I kind of want like my body to reflect who I think I am and not who I used to be, if that makes sense. Where it's kind of just like I want to go in there and be like, now that I think I'm like, you know, that nigga, I gotta go look like that nigga, you know? So that's another one of the driving motivations for me. It's kind of just like, you know, I have all this what's the word? This confidence in me. But like I'm not confident enough to fucking pull out a fucking shirt right now. So
yeah,
you got the confidence up here, but your body looking shy.
Exactly. So let me go and get some things changed out, get built back up again, and you know, just change some shit around me. It's nothing. I mean, niggas getting old, 100. So you gotta change some habits here and there. I cut out chips. Hardest decision of my life.
Really?
Cause I'm from Chicago. That ass. All that we did was as kids was eat chips and them nasty ass 50-cent juices, little plastic bottles,
little jugs.
Shit. Yeah, the little fucking jugs and shit. You go to ask
just raw sugar, bro.
That ass grandma for $1.50. You come out that bitch with a whole thing of fucking grandma, whatever the thing's called, cookies.
Them cookies, yeah.
The famous Amos.
Yeah, $50 ass fucking things, and like 2 fucking 50-cent bags of hot flamers, and you were good for the rest of the day. That's all I did. So it was
I'm still on that pack.
So it was kind of just that's it fire. That's it fire. And I was sitting
bro,
there,
I got kids though, man. Like I can't choose to like go away from that shit because now I have kids and they got to do the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Kids are gonna, bro.
They gotta get the hood juice and they gotta get the hot chips. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Unfortunately, if I'm trying to eat right, I can't because they got it and I want some.
You don't gotta take it.
You know what? Maybe a couple years ago, I really stopped drinking like pop soda, and I started drinking soda. It don't matter.
Shut up.
Listen, at least you're not fucking both y'all. They be saying that cold drink.
Anyway, so I
continue. You got a cold drink. I'm
Coke,
like, yo, what the fuck
Pepsi.
is that?
I don't know. I started drinking juice, but the problem was that wasn't any better. And I started drinking like these new drinks that I found, the Bai waters. They're kind of like juice, but they're only like 5 calories. And I can down those in like minutes. They're delicious.
The Bais?
Honestly. Yes.
Fuck no. There are. All right, so the best one is that watermelon one.
Wait, if you could just drink the watermelon one, just drink the watermelon one.
That coconut one is fucking disgusting.
It's called Bai.
Oh, the BAI. Okay.
And you could. I personally prefer to get the antioxidant like carbonated one. It's like 15 calories, but it's still good. You know, kind of tastes like a pop, but it's not.
I don't like.
You need that like that acidic like shit in your mouth. Don't you?
Yeah. For me personally,
Coconut water leaves a great aftertaste.
No,
like
it does not.
No. Like coconut water by itself is fucking terrible. Never do that. But if anything has coconut water in it, it leaves a great aftertaste.
Sure.
I don't like the coconut flavor. Yeah, I don't like their coconut flavor. I like their watermelon, their cherry, but coconut is hot ass.
But most of that stuff has like coconut water in it though, right? Doesn't it?
No.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, okay. I thought it was because I thought Bai was like a, like a coconut water and then the other flavors is coconut water plus the flavor.
No, so there is a coconut flavor, but there's also like a watermelon strawberry or a cherry and a blueberry, you know?
Right.
They have like separate flavors.
Oh,
They
you know
don't have
what?
to add like the coconut.
I'm thinking of what is it, hydro?
Ugh.
Or
Fuck is a hydro, bro.
I drink it. It's like it's got cherry, strawberry, banana, blackberry, fruit punch, and orange mango, but all of them are based off of coconut water.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I like
I'm
to
not
drink.
drinking that.
I'm pretty sure they've
Yeah.
got way more calories than Bai, but it's good to me.
Yeah, if you definitely have a hard time getting like juice out your system, it's definitely a good transition.
Speaking of juice, I just got off a 3-day cleanse.
You ain't even do it.
I couldn't. No, I actually couldn't. Yo, my willpower is ass. I promise you, my willpower is just
How
not
long did
there.
you last? 2 days or 1 day?
I lasted. Okay, so for the first day, I lasted all the way up until like maybe 8 o'clock. I was down in all the juice. I was like, man, I am really fucking hungry, to the point where I was shaking. So at that point, you know, you can't ignore that. So I just got I got a salad. I mean, I stayed healthy, so it's kind of like, because I was drinking like, you know, leafy juices and all that kind of stuff, and the shit was gross. Like there were only 2 juices that were really good, and then there was a coconut strawberry that was just weird.
Because of coconut, right?
Yeah. It was a, I don't know. It was just, it tasted like a shake, and it was like really milky, but it tasted like juice. It was weird. It was weird as fuck. Like I say, I made it to the first day, and then I had that salad. So I was like, you know what? This shit is fucking awful.
You said, fucking hung.
But the next day, I did still drink the juice or whatever, but I kept my meals light. I had like, you know,
it don't matter.
It does, because it depends on what you eat as well. So I kept eating the salads or whatnot. I had some fruit and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't like I was there. There were very easy digestible foods. So that's exactly what the plan is for. It's to still, you know, I was pissing and shitting like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh.
That's what it's supposed to do. It's a detox. So when you eat fruits, when you eat vegetables, that's what they're supposed to do. So, I mean, did I cheat? Maybe.
You know, a lot of
Did you admit to
people.
cheating? What do you mean maybe? Like,
Did I cheat? Maybe.
Yes. A lot
That's-
of people recently
eating-
have been drinking like
That's a gray area.
a lot of like chlorophyll, and I'm just like, why don't y'all just eat y'all fruits and veggies? I was on the chlorophyll kind of thing for a little bit until I started having like some digestive problems. I'm like, oh freak, no, I'm not doing this.
Oh,
And it's just
yeah.
like
drink
all you gotta do.
Had your
'cause,
booty
like, yes, the same way you'll be shitting and
Your
pissing.
boo was like waterfall.
Ooh, no. Honestly, it wasn't even that. I was constipated, but then like I had diarrhea, and
Oh,
I'm
my.
like,
How'd that work?
it was a mix of both.
Why you want to know?
It was a mix of both. It's called like IBS, and like I had abdominal issues up here, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I felt stuck. I was like, I hate my life. It lasted for 4 days. I was like,
Yikes.
nah. But another thing I kind of read recently was if you have a large breakfast and a light dinner, you burn more calories. And I didn't know that.
That makes sense.
Wait, how?
I don't know. I didn't read too much into it.
If you eat a big breakfast if you eat a big breakfast in the morning, the moment you wake up, your body starts processing that throughout the entire day. If you have a small, and throughout that day, you're supposed to have little small snacks and whatnot. And when you have like a decently small dinner, and you eat like before you go to sleep, or like a couple hours before you go to sleep,
2 hours.
you ideally will burn all of that shit out. You'll wake up more hungry in the morning.
Yeah.
Because your body was working overnight because you ate a small ass, so it starts eating at your.
Well, your body stops working when you sleep. Like your stomach stops working, I should say, when you sleep. And after when you eat a small dinner, that's a lot less for it to do, you know, while you're sleeping. So there's nothing really. You ever threw up in the morning? Anybody? And there was nothing there.
After I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't
But
throw
like,
like that.
I don't-
but
I don't
yeah,
throw
but
up.
when you throw up, if you're drunk, it's not a lot of food.
Yeah, it's all like liquid shit.
Yeah, because
Water.
all that
It's like
shit's
bile.
Yeah.
then already broke down. So there's nothing to break down besides, you know, the little small dinner, and your stomach doesn't get kick-started until you take that first bite of food in the next morning. So yeah, I can definitely see you burning more calories if you eat a big breakfast or even a medium-sized breakfast, because you're burning all those calories throughout the day just by doing mundane shit like walking up the steps, walking down the steps, walking to here and from there. And once you eat that small dinner, it's all good because you don't have a lot to burn off. And then what happens is once all that shit's gone out of your system, your body starts to burn off your reserves, which is, fats and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I know about this shit. I just need to do it. God damn it, my willpower is trash.
Mikey, what we doing here? You just sitting here. Oh,
but
I'm doing.
Ioku, I'm sorry for the 30-minute like prologue of your how are you doing? But
he deserved it.
Wrap it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So how else are you feeling aside from
usual shit? You know, mentally
unstable,
constantly thinking.
I was thinking the same thing. Unstable.
Oh my goodness, no. I mean, I don't think I'm mentally unstable. I'm constantly thinking about stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about.
You know what? I should start smoking.
Huh?
420 was 2 days ago. Yeah.
I should start. I was thinking about that earlier.
You guys trying to smoke together?
I don't even like you like that.
I got
bro, I'll fly right
so
now.
I'll be stuck. Is that what you want?
It'll hit me. I just said I don't like you.
You gonna like me when I fly out?
Stupid.
No, I was just thinking about my lifestyle right now, of course. Mm-hmm. And it's just like there's no reason for me not to smoke, you know?
Yeah.
Ain't it legal?
In Missouri, I don't know. Is it legal? It don't matter. Like niggas smoke anyway.
It don't matter.
Like I'm not gonna be riding around with it, so I'm gonna have that shit, Uber Eats shit. Fuck it. Half them niggas drug dealers anyway. All you gotta do is, hey, you got it on you? Say less. That's all you gotta do to any Uber Eats driver. I promise you, they got it on them. But anyway,
I never think about it that way.
That is true.
Anyway,
I got like
but
3 cars off that.
Like I'm living off the government right now. Like unemployment is hitting. Like unemployment is like great right now. And plus, like I got kids too. So in June, they're doing the little pre-tax thing. So they're taking half of what I get for claiming them on my taxes this year. So that's gonna be great. And unemployment is here till like September. What do I have to lose?
What, smoking?
Yes.
Dog, save your fucking money and actually use it to something that you can actually use for you and your family. What are you talking about?
He can smoke.
If your whole family
we are
can't
good.
smoke,
Yo,
what are we doing here?
wifey got a great job. Yeah. She got a she got a job. So yeah, she ended up getting another job. Pays great. But yeah, like shit.
What about you, Mikey?
What?
What about you?
I'm editing for you.
Here we go.
That's my job right now.
That's not a steady source of income. You know how bad these ads are?
But still, I'm still getting $400 a week in unemployment.
Sure.
And like I said, I still have more stimmies coming for the kids.
Do? Really?
Yes.
I thought you got your last. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. They're giving.
Hey, toke it up, bro.
Over the next, since you have kids, over the next, what is it? I think they start at the end of June or the middle of June. I don't know when they're going to start doing it, but they're going to start doing it pretty soon. They give you half of what you get for each kid from next year's tax return. So if you claim kids get was like $3,000 per kid.
Damn.
So I'm gonna get $1,500 per kid over the course of the year for pandemic assistance. It's great.
Hey, can you sign up for that right now?
Nice. I want to sign up. Do I got kids? I got two of them. $2.
Can you? Yeah. Can you sign up for that right now?
No, that's not how that works.
You stupid ass.
I mean, I can get some kids. It ain't nothing.
Facts. It ain't nothing to get some kids.
No, it had to be on your last year's tax return.
Last year, bro. Damn.
It can be last year.
Yeah, you right.
I just got to change a few dates.
I ain't filed my taxes yet, so it could be last year.
What are you doing?
What? Right.
I ain't getting shit, bro.
What are you doing?
During pandemic, they ain't gonna give me nothing. They're gonna be like, you owe us all the pandemic money we gave you back.
That's not how that works.
I'm not in a
At
rush.
all.
All that shit is tax free.
It'll get here. I'll do it. It'll get here.
He don't be reading.
No.
It's clear.
No, I don't be reading, bro.
You don't. That's crazy.
You
You missing out on all money. Is your job?
Right.
Wait, you had a job last year, didn't you?
Nope.
Like none throughout that year.
I quit right before like May or something, right when the pandemic really started to get.
So you had a job,
Man, for like 4 months, like.
You had one.
and they took taxes out, right?
Yeah.
Claim that shit. You got money coming back.
Oh wait, so then I would have money coming back, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I ain't
If-
gotta pay nothing back, right?
If any job takes your taxes out, that's what that means. They take the taxes out that you don't have to pay. So if you didn't take taxes out, that's money that you have to pay. You know what I'm saying? So you get that money back in a refund when you report it. Once you report that they took money out, you get that money back. That's how that works.
Okay.
Except if you're an entrepreneur like moi.
Yeah,
you always owe
because you don't have money getting taken out of your check.
Hey, but if you started donating to these corporations and stuff, you could actually balance it out so that you don't lose any money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, those are deductions.
Who you donating to?
But now that are we
You
done
know,
with
black
the-
kids
with the
or something.
check-ins? Are we done with the check-ins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, we good. We
We can get into
good.
these spicy
All right,
topics.
all right.
Unfortunately, everybody, this week is a week of sexual predators. So things gonna be real crazy this week. Let's start off with the light one first and foremost. We're talking about hot tub streams. So
We're
go to hot
definitely
tub
getting
streams.
demonetized.
Oh yeah, we
Why you
definitely are.
throwing at
Hey yo,
me?
hey, leave a like. Hey yo, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. If you're
Feed
on
the algorithm.
If you're on any platforms listening to this shit, dead ass. Click whatever rating you can, because the shit we about to get to is spicy. Wow. So look, we're gonna start off real light. We got hot tub streams as a topic because that just seems to be what's happening on Twitch right now. Real popular. I don't know how and why it's happening, but I don't
I
know.
can tell you why.
Tell me, Yoku, you're the knowledgeable one.
Niggas are horny.
Boobas.
Plain and simple, bro.
Boobas.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
You know
it.
the crazy part is, you know what's funny? You know me, a man of taste.
You hate
And
women.
yeah, you're right, but like a man of
What?
taste, right? So, a lot of the ladies that are doing the hot tub streams, they okay, you know, they're not all that. But guys be just throwing money at them, bro, throwing money. And you know, ladies get their bag however they want to. I'm not against them in the sense that like they shouldn't exist. I think a lot of people are speaking out on that, and they're saying like this shouldn't be any kind of like stream on Twitch and whatnot. But there are 3 other platforms that will literally like accept this form of content. They were created for this form of content, and creators don't use those other platforms. So that's my only like issue with that, is that the platform that does exist for content like this isn't used for the content that it was created for. Whereas Twitch being at this point, you can't just say Twitch is only for gaming now, or it's like
definitely
streaming
not.
for gamers. Yeah, you know, it's everything at this point. But skirting that really thin line between TOS and whether or not you break it, that's just too close for my taste. You know?
Yeah.
Because now Twitch is in a situation where they either have to make a call out on it, or, you know, say like, hey, it's not against TOS, do whatever you want. They're not going to say either. You know, they're just going to keep quiet about it, and hot tub streams will either die down next month, or all your content creators will start doing hot tub streams.
All right, so to rebuttal that, and it's a very simple rebuttal. Why would I upload to Vimeo when I could upload to YouTube?
Okay. I can accept that, except for the fact the type of content is like already like Vimeo doesn't really have a specific come here versus YouTube, because of like you can upload X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean?
No, but
in
like
Twitch's case, the other platforms were created during Twitch's TOS debacle a year or so ago, where people were getting called out for like cleavage.
Those
or
webcam
if
short
guys-
streams.
But even still,
Well, there's
it's-
those two, but like there's a couple different ones that are out there. Off the top of my head, there's Plexstorm, which is probably ass, but
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then-
Twitch is meta. Twitch is just
No,
meta.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you on the sense that like it's already there. It's become a streaming platform for everything. I'm just a firm like keep things organized. I like organization. Yeah, like I'm just a huge person on organization. I don't care about people like stealing views or whatever the fuck they're crying about.
Twitch has become the meta for it though.
But let's really talk about it. That just goes to show you where Twitch's management is at. Because for like the last like 4 or 5 years, you know, niggas have heard stories about Twitch's higher ups for the longest time. Niggas there have been stories about niggas putting fucking drugs and shit at people's at parties and shit, at their own parties. There's been stories about fucking certain managers, certain community managers putting girls on that they find attractive all because they suck they dick or some shit. There's actual stories about this shit. So the only reason why
that's why I said they're not going to speak on it.
Yeah, the only reason why it's allowed is because they're probably profiting off of it because, hey, this streamer girl that normally gets 100 viewers per stream whenever she's playing some motherfucking game and or just chatting, all of a sudden just jumped 10,000 viewers and she just bodied like 1,000 subs that stream. Shit, that's going into our pockets. Shit. And plus, shit, you know, they gotta. It's one of those things where it's like Twitch now is kind of just like, I don't feel a way about it because it's really just, it just goes back to like, and these obviously aren't sex workers, but some of these girls do have OnlyFans, and that's the one trend that I'm starting to see a lot. There's a lot of the Twitch streamers that are doing that and pushing that like boundary do have OnlyFans and do have like some sort of alternate revenue, and I'm like, that's it's just one of those things where it's like, sex sells.
Yeah.
Sex is always sold, especially if you're like a certain woman of a certain skin tone, a certain body physique, a certain like, you know, a certain like personality. You know, that's been in there since this time started. So it's like I can't feel a way about it because they're just exploiting the platform because the platform allows that type of shit to go.
Exactly.
Yep. And unfortunately, those girls that do have the OnlyFans can't really link it or do any of that. So they have to market it a certain way. And in their TOS of Twitch, it does, you know, allow if you're in certain situations like at a beach or in a pool, you can wear a swimsuit. So, you know, yeah, I got a kiddie pool in my room. It's time.
It's a pool.
It's a pool. You know, I'm about to start it up.
And
so I'm in it. So.
And the thing about it is, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard at one point that like guys couldn't stream in tank tops before.
Yeah.
At some point, guys couldn't stream in tank tops. So what, man?
But that was before they had revised the whole community guidelines thing, because before then they were like, oh, we're gonna hold ourselves accountable, and then they had that town hall meeting, and then that's when they addressed the whole, if you're at a beach you can wear a swimsuit, but before then you couldn't wear a tank top, you couldn't wear a sports bra,
but the thing is, titty streamers were always a thing though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
they were always
every
a thing.
Titty streamer, they wouldn't be able to catch
the
everybody.
argument was that you can't do anything about titties. You got titties. Women have titties. That's what it is. Women have titties. What the fuck can you do about it? So, I mean, you know, they can't really be like, yo, you know, just because you got moobs, you can't really be doing that. But young Jessica over there has titties.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
but that's a part of her body.
I'm gonna bring out the cock cam. Let's go.
Yeah.
Cock cam crazy. Hey.
Yo, you got a cock cam. I'm about to start up my kiddie pool stream right the fuck now since we got cock cams going on.
Get you some performance boxers too, so they, you know, like they hug this shit,
Yep.
bro. Just leave it there, man.
Yep.
Call it a day.
The dick print
Switch scenes
Let's
real
go,
quick.
baby.
Hey.
But like overall, like it's just another like, you know, another thing that people are mad about because I've seen a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just another trend.
It's
doing it too. I
it's
saw more
crazy.
people doing it.
It's crazy how it became meta so fast. It just like you saw one person do it,
but
and then everybody else started doing
It
it.
took a week, bro.
It's not the first time that's happened though.
Oh no, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
I think it's the first time that it's happened so fast. No, especially for guys too. Like not even just women, but guys as well. Because there have been a lot of the top guy streamers, and they started it as jokes to kind of like, you know, push that narrative.
Fun at like,
but they're doing it.
Oh, and is it profiting?
Shit, I wouldn't know. I don't watch a lot of them.
Some of them are.
Yo, real talk. Let's really talk about it. Niggas are freaks. Not the streamers, the audience. A lot of niggas, a lot of people who don't get vagina, a lot of people who like, you know, are sugar daddies and some should perform, incel niggas. The problem with a lot of these things is one of those things where it's like, these things would not be so popular if like you didn't involve yourself in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I say that all the time too. Like if you don't give the thing attention,
I've seen so many like incels and just people in general like talk down on women for doing that shit, and I'm kind of just like, dog, you tweeting about it is driving one of your followers to go check that shit out. and you giving it attention to complain about it is you also hyping that shit up. It's all an algorithm. You feeding shit attention is gonna just make it bigger. And it's like, you obviously want to see something. You click that shit knowing, oh damn, this girl's in a fucking bikini. Like
You know what I never understood? The guys that be like, oh, these are the type of streams that are on Twitch, and it's just like, but those are your recommendations.
Right,
those are
right.
your streams that
That's
you're
the shit you
looking
looking
at.
up.
That's a defense.
You go out of your way
You
to
subscribe
look up those
you subscribe
streams.
to the top 5 Twitch female streamers, top
Yep.
donator tier 3, and they're recommending you other top Twitch streamers who currently have a random ass bikini stream. You the one that subscribe to the fucking to the Pokemains and the what's that other chick?
Hey, Pokemon kind of nice.
What's that other chick?
Amarath.
Yeah. You're the one that's tier 3 on all these girls that watch these girls more than you do the dudes. So of course they're gonna recommend you more female Twitch streamers. And guess what?
It's
I
gonna
do
pop
agree,
up.
But in one solid defense, it's gotten to a point now where you don't even have to. Like I don't watch a lot of female streamers as it is, especially if they're like on a hot tub, whatever. Because I don't care.
Misogynist.
A little bit, but anyway. So you know, I don't watch them.
I don't either.
But it does pop up in your recommended now. I don't know if it was doing that
it's
before.
forcing you to.
But like
Yeah,
because
they have
they
a
just throwing
large,
it out.
a very, 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 very high view count. There was one yesterday. She had 20,000 viewers. And I mean, obviously Twitch is like, hey, this person's up there. You probably want to check them out because, you know, you follow other larger streamers who get that view. So, you know.
You might want to check it out. And now imagine, right? Her 20,000 Twitch, her 30,000 viewers. Imagine at least about a good maybe 500 of those people are on Twitch unironically talking about, oh, look at this, guys. Twitch is promoting this to me. Haha. It's like,
They
yeah.
be sharing that shit too, bro. They be in
you.
the
Or-
Minecraft
Thank you for
Discord.
showing this to us. What the fuck?
I'll be right back, y'all.
You have to also take into account, like, let's say you're a mutual viewer or you like streams that are like this, but there's also viewers who are watching that stream. They're probably gonna be like, you know, a lot of people that watch let's say Nick are also watching this streamer here, which is the girl with, you know, the kiddie pool. Like, yeah. So that's also a thing. Another thing I wanted to say was a lot of these incels, nerds, sugar daddies, well, not the sugar daddies, but the incels.
Nah, the sugar daddies in the DMs. The sugar daddies in the public
Hear me,
DMs
right?
getting it in.
They don't know how to.
bro.
They don't know how to talk to women.
That
They
is true.
don't. And the
Nah,
only
them
thing
sugar
they
daddies
know
how to
is
talk to women.
that's what I'm saying. The sugar daddies know how to talk to women, but the nerds and the incels, they got money. That's why they're able to be like, I'm gonna just throw my money and then freakishly stalk her Instagram and make this fake relationship up in my mind, and hopefully
You know
she
what's
notices
funny
me.
about
Even though
that
I
is
just
it's
saw
so
that.
fucking
Yeah.
common. That one
Yes.
thing you said is so fucking common. It's weird
Yes.
too.
Relationship.
You know?
Because they don't know how to talk to women, and all they got is money, and that's how they communicate.
But to be fair, though, we gotta have that conversation. That's a bigger conversation and a deeper conversation too. And this is I'm gonna get canceled for this.
About the ones who
No.
entertain it?
I'm gonna get canceled for this, but there is a reason why I'm saying this. A lot of women only react to money.
Oh,
Yeah.
big facts. Absolutely.
Money's
I don't think you
great.
should get
I
canceled
mean,
for that.
I don't want to say
No, 'cause it
that,
makes them sound
you know,
like they're gold.
it's the
Come
only
on,
thing,
you
but
know
money
why.
is great.
You know
Money's
why.
great.
No, but we had this conversation before in the Discord with me and Amanda. I was sitting here and I was like, you know, what did I say? What did I say? I was like, as a dude, no girl wants to fuck you unless you have money.
Yeah.
And then as a
'Cause
girl,
that's like the gateway
and as
to
a
it.
girl, every dude wants to fuck you, just off rip regardless. So why not? And I was defending sex work. I remember this. I was like, as a dude, every girl doesn't even look at you if you don't even have a lick of cash on you. Nobody wants a broke nigga. You know what I'm saying? But as a girl, any dude can find you attractive. At least about 95% of the people that you know as a girl want to fuck you in any way, shape, or form, right? Why not monetize that?
Yeah.
That was the conversation I was talking about. I was like, I was saying like, yo, there's so many sex workers. There's a lot of them now because a lot of them, during the quarantine shit, a lot of them were struggling because they lost their jobs and shit. But then imagine it's a big ass boom of people that has career changes and life changes during the quarantine last year, just doing OnlyFans. And my rhetoric to that was like, hey, as a dude, you have to have money. As a girl, you just have to exist. There will be somebody on this planet that wants to fuck you. Whether or not you give them the luxury of doing so is your business and your decision and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, there should be no reason why girls should be crucified for monetizing their body when that's all niggas give a fuck about in the first place. Because half the dudes, because there's not a lot. I've noticed as an adult, it's really hard to have a lot of friends anyway, and a lot of relationships and friendships of the opposite gender are kind of like, I don't want to say they're very rare, but they are to an extent.
I kind of get where you're going with that, or at least I think I would get where you're going with that. But that's a two-way street.
Yeah,
like your statement is definitely a two-way street.
It's a whole two-way street. So I'm like, I cannot be mad at like the girls doing this shit because obviously there are people that are gonna give them money for it. Like, why not, right? But obviously it's the dudes' problems because the dudes are giving them money and thinking that is going to like invoke a response. But the problem is a lot of dudes don't understand that. I'm sorry to say this, but you are not the only person that donated $500 to her in that month.
Hell yeah, number 99.
You were just a transaction on her PayPal. You are a write-off.
Honestly, a lot of women, I think, I've noticed this too recently, that women are starting to nip shit in the bud, let folks know immediately, like, look,
I'm not here to date.
I ain't here to date. I'm here for money.
Yeah.
And if you want to date,
I am so happy that we have gotten to that point with content creation. like I'm gonna be 100% honest. I gotta keep it a stack with you, right? For the longest, I feel like a lot of people were blinded and like low key lying to themselves about not doing this for money when we literally just saw like a humongous boom in people that wanted to do content creation and like their biggest thing was money.
Because we had to do it for money.
Not even that. I think you and I had a conversation about that, like one of those late night conversations, and I mentioned that too. But it's like, it bothers me tremendously when people are giving advice for like, all right, I want to be a content creator, I want to start YouTube or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, number one, if you're doing this for money, stop. Don't do this. You're not in the wrong. And it's like, bro, no, content creation is a business now. No.
At
like, the shit you have to do for that is a business.
At the end of the day, whoever told you that shit is a fucking lie. I even told you, whenever everybody asks me for YouTube advice, I always say, be yourself. I never say if you're doing this for the money, you will be disappointed, because you have to understand that when you want to get the money, you have to ride a certain wave, you have to do a certain thing to get money, you have to do certain things that you won't normally do to get money. But that's where the only disappointment is. If you were doing it for money, and solely money in particularly, you're not going to be validated that fast as you might think you are, just because you saw Ninja stream and he just got like $100,000 or $10,000 in donations.
Unless you're dream and you know what you're doing.
That's not what's gonna happen. But I do say, like, be yourself, because if you're gonna do this for the money and you're gonna go ahead and buy all this crazy equipment, learn how to edit, go through the process of building a community, the least you can do is be different than the people that you watch that inspire you.
Yep.
Because
I just broke my headphones.
Amazing job, Mikey.
You broke your headphones.
Okay, Mikey. Okay.
Man, yo, heavy ass hand. What the fuck did you do?
I don't know what happened.
So no wonder you just sat there and
I probably just
get the new joints.
Yeah, I ordered the same kind. I had these for like 2 years.
You just ordered them?
Yeah.
But
no way.
But that's the thing though. Like, I can't be mad. I'm glad that a lot of women are like standing up for themselves low key, because these niggas are entitled. Like, niggas like if you see like, and that's the thing about it. Like,
let's talk about women too. There are entitled women on here who do the same thing as the men. Thinking
you mean
that
donate?
Women be donating to the dudes?
I ain't never seen that. I'm not gonna call you a liar, but I ain't never seen
that. You want to hear? Because I used to be a part of a community where they would toss this man money. Come to find out, this man later was a sexual predator.
Of course.
But
hey, that sounds like a community I know about. I don't think you want to say the name, but I think I know what you're talking about.
It.
There's a CO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I told you not to go to.
Yeah. Yep, a lot of men in that community were sexual predators, but there were a lot of womenizers in there, and the women would give them money, you know, at the conventions, spend time with them, but
they were flocking around.
That
these
sound like
dudes
the
too.
that sound like the dream though. Real talk.
But that's,
No,
you know what's funny?
it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
It's not
It's
a
the
dream
cult.
for you. No, yeah, but that's the point. That's the point though, because it creates this false kingliness, right? Obviously, the group that we're talking about being black centric, it gives them this perception and this fake reality that like I'm on my king shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not on the opposite end. I'm not an incel. It's the reverse. I have the girls
Bitches are
like
hoes for me now.
Yeah, you know exactly. Like if I say jump, she gonna say how high. Like that's the mentality a lot of those guys had, and to be able to live that, cool. But that kind of segues into what we're gonna talk about later, and that's what creates this weird, like.
Yoku, that was the best segue into the next
I'm
topic
just saying,
I've ever
bro.
seen in
Like
my
it
fucking life.
creates this falsehood that niggas
good.
like, and it's just like, bro,
I
you're
think,
not in real life.
So I think that relationship is very, very it's a double-edged sword, because that's the same relationship that a lot of celebrities have with their audiences. You know, we know a lot of girls that will throw themselves at any celebrity that has a couple $100,000 and shit. And you know, there's a lot of dudes that would want to fuck Rihanna. So it's like, you know, and she could choose from whatever litter she wants, right? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's when you abuse it is where it becomes a problem.
Elaborate abusing. We have a difference.
So watch this. So if girls are donating money to you, that's fine, because they're supporting you, right? If they're expecting something out of you, that's not fine, right? But if you're at a convention, if you're at a place or whatever, and they're like throwing themselves at you, not in like some desperate shit, but like genuinely having like flirty conversations, you know, putting themselves out there towards you, that's consent. That's that, and how you respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just a regular, casual interaction. You go out. There's been plenty of times where I go out and I'll just hook up with somebody that used to watch my videos or some shit. But it's consensual. Everything is fine. You know, we had that conversation. It's whatever, and we just go ahead and do it. You know, we're friends afterwards, or we keep in touch afterwards, and that's it. The abuse comes in when you start doing like the extra shit, like beating on the women that are throwing themselves at you. Sexually, like raping them and shit, molesting them and shit like that. That's where the abuse come from, because now you're taking your platform that has granted you the luxury of having options and forcing yourself onto people who really all you had to do was kind of just like be a cool ass dude to begin with. Yeah. Or be the person that you are in your content, and you would have probably gotten that shit anyway. For free. Yep. For no, you wouldn't have to sit there and force nobody. That makes no fucking sense to me. That's abusing.
I can see that, and I definitely agree. And then we can even add on to it, or at least I can. We say this all the time, Nick. A lot of the guys for these cases in particular we talk about, they don't happen with what I would call like a normal person.
Let's talk. Hey,
super fan.
Let's talk about it. Hey, at any one of you fucking weirdos, let me talk to y'all for a moment. I don't give a fuck who bullied you in high school. I wish it was fucking me. I'm fucking your mom one of these days.
Hell yeah.
You
bro.
niggas were fucking peasants
at?
in high school. You were probably shy as hell in college, and the very moment you get a fucking platform, now you get bitches, and all of a sudden you a different nigga. No, you still are the same stupid ass bitch ass nigga that your fucking cousin used to beat on growing up and shit. You were the same loser ass nigga. You just got money. You can hide the shit better. You still got no fucking sauce. Your life is meaningless, my nigga. Die. Anyway.
That's exactly what it is, though, bro.
That's what it is.
They don't know how to talk to people.
These niggas, all these people that have been coming out have like that ass no interaction with the opposite sex. Like they're actual like that. It's like it's one of those things where it's like you go your entire life being the bullied one, right? Your teenage years, early adult years, you get a platform. That platform grants you the women that used to curve you growing up in school.
No, not even that. No, pause. Not even that, because it's not even the women that used to curve you, because I think that's where like some psychological shit, because I looked into a lot of that stuff, but it's not the women that used to curve you, right? Like we'll use Rihanna again, right? Or any really fine, like universally speaking, unanimously, everyone considers Rihanna fine. So you can't right. So unanimously, women that are considered fine were the ones that were curving them all the time. The other girls that were within their realm, right, their community, the nerdy chicks or chicks that like anime, but they're still
probably
cute,
like them,
anything like that, right? Yeah, they would have given you a shot if you weren't fucking weird.
So the women that you found attractive, that socially you thought, if I can get her, I'll be the cool kid, or if I can get her, she'll get my social status up. You get access to those women because you realize those women are just random ass, regular ass human beings because they like nerdy shit too. Plus, all the nerdy bitches are bad now.
Yep.
So
that
what
whole,
you know what I'm saying?
Careful who you call ugly in high
exactly.
school shit.
So now it's like, damn, I got a platform. I get access to both the baddest bitches from high school and the nerdy bitches that glowed up, and they treat me like a fucking god now.
Yep.
Niggas get that platform and it gets to their fucking heads. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're invincible. Mm-hmm. They start doing that underhanded shit, and that's how you get niggas like the niggas we're gonna be talking about today,
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these I expected, but
with that being
couple
said,
of the man.
So do you guys want to get into the George Floyd shit first, or do you want to get into the sexual?
I mean, we
shit?
already here. We can end it with George Floyd.
All right. Well, Derek Chauvin, that's his name. Chauvin.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Whatever the fuck that nigga name is, pleads guilty on 3 charges. The charges are 2nd degree unintentional murder, 3rd degree murder, and 2nd degree manslaughter. He has been guilty on all 3 charges, and he's in prison.
Right.
We covered this story last year when all that shit happened. Obviously, I'm very happy about this decision, but obviously that one decision is not going to change the course of actions, because that same day, unfortunately, a 16-year-old was shot 4 times in the torso.
Mm-hmm. I think it was in her back, right? Yeah, 4
times in the torso area after getting jumped at her house, defending herself when she called the cops, and the cops shot her. Mm-hmm. So obviously there still needs to be change integrated in some way, shape, or form. I still rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Rest in paradise, George Floyd. I'm glad, peace and justice was served, and I'm hopefully, whatever happens with this 16-year-old man, I don't know. I still stand by the world is ending. I said that shit last year, and
I think a race war is coming. I don't think the world's ending. Maybe the world is what we know it today. I think if there's 2 scenarios, and I was talking to my brother about this earlier. Realistically speaking, the thing that corporate America, whatever the white folk are afraid of, it's not like the protests and all that kind of shit. It's literally the black community coming together as like one. We talked about this last time in the podcast too. If the black community as a whole came together on a multitude of things, they would be the most powerful, if not one of the most powerful forces to like walk the plane, period, in current day's time. However, given the case that doesn't happen, we don't get anywhere, and we're still fighting the system, using the system. But the system is not made for us. It's made for the people that we're fighting against. So it's a losing war. So in the event that the community comes together, yada, yada, it will then start a race war. They are terrified of aggressive black men with no weapon, backs turned, running away. He was running away. I'm terrified. I shot him. It was a threat for my life, bro. I saw his back and the waves behind his head. It was a threat for my life. I thought I was gonna drown. Give that black man a weapon and unity within his community. Oh, you're gonna be terrified. So that's why I think a race war is bound to happen, given the 2 scenarios.
I don't think it's a race war. I just think it's going to be a class and a culture war.
Basically.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
It's like it's just so frustrating, confusing. How does a 15-year-old girl get warrant to be shot in the back? She had a knife versus guns. What are we really doing? What are we really doing?
I looked into the
both of these arguments
are
are fucking stupid. I'm not gonna hold you. I've seen a lot of like really, really weird arguments on both cases and shit. And I see where both of them are coming from, but at the end of the day, it's like he has a taser.
Yeah. My thing on that, to add to that too, because somebody brought it up. I don't even really do his name because I don't care. Kyle Rittenhouse, maybe something like that. I know it's Kyle or something like that.
Sutter House.
Yeah. Him walking around with an AK, like protesting that he's gonna shoot whatever other black protesters, yada yada, whatever. And they not only did they take forever to talk him down and walk him wherever, they took that motherfucking McDonald's, Burger King, whatever it was, Baskin Robbins, like they took him out on a journey and then brought him to jail, not behind bars, mind you.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that at all.
No,
I think
they
you're thinking of
definitely
somebody
took
else.
that
No,
boy
no,
out.
you're thinking of someone else. There's
That's
another
Dylan Roof.
person. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Dylan Roof?
That's the guy who shot up the church.
That's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the guy you're talking about.
Okay,
Kyle
yeah. Both
Sutterhouse.
scenarios counting.
no.
They-
No, what you're saying makes what you're saying is what you're trying to say worse, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, then that. But
No.
they did that.
The guy that killed the 2 people at the protest, they detained him until his mom came and got him, and then he drove home. He didn't live in that state.
That.
Yep.
He drove 5 hours with gun to protest and kill people.
So yeah, both scenarios still incredibly worse. So regardless of the lady defending herself or the cops arriving on the scene and it looking like she was the aggressor, it just doesn't make any sense. We make skits about this, we joke about it all the time, and maybe that's why people think that we take it so lightly. But black people don't like calling the cops. We do it out of absolute necessity. If I were to call the cops for any scenario, there's a 50-50 gamble I'm gonna be the one that's getting thrown on the ground, shot, arrested, anything like that. Just
It ain't
off,
50-50.
like, it's not
And it
50-50
shouldn't,
now.
it shouldn't
you
even
know?
have to be like that. Why I called the cops because my life or something that's happening with me is being threatened, my family, my life, and yet I gotta be shot. What fuck?
Right. The first response when you get on the scene and you have no idea what's happening, but you see people fighting, it's not to pull out your gun and shoot somebody. That's not it. It's just not. No matter if they have knife in hand or not. Warning shot. That clears everything.
Yep.
If you gonna hear something, you gonna hear a fucking gunshot.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody's gonna stop. Everybody gonna see.
No matter how much
someone got a
adrenaline is running through you while you fighting, you gonna hear that goddamn gunshot. You gonna
Yep.
look up and be like, oh shit. But
Cops are
unfortunately, she looked up and she had 4 holes in her. And that is the I don't understand that.
Bro, I read into that like a little bit afterwards too. They stood there watching her like bleed out. Still didn't offer help. It's like, come on, dude, really?
Doesn't
Like out of
make
all the
sense.
things that you could have done, like after the situation was explained to you, the mom or whoever is yelling at you like, she was defending herself, yada yada. And you just stand there watching. Like, when does it get to a point where we start like serving and protecting as cops should? Like, it just they don't. I'm not into the whole like police don't need to exist thing or whatever, because then that creates chaos with no order. But they definitely need some means of retraining for everybody. Like, anybody could be a cop as long as you don't have a criminal record, and even then, technically, you could still be a cop if you know the right people. So, like,
Yep.
and that goes into the incel shit. People that want to protect other people aren't becoming cops. It's people that were fucking losers and they didn't have control over their life. So they want power and control. So they go and sign up for 4 months to become a police officer. They get a gun and a badge. And then now they walk the streets like, I have power now. Do what I say or else.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't think you can fix it. Because here, let's check out this scenario. Say, for instance, we do get rid of, guns for the police, right? They don't have police. You get a ticket stop. Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna be like, well, I mean, you can't do shit to me. You ain't got no gun. Fuck you gonna do? So what's gonna happen is either one, the cops is gonna let them go, and they're gonna get a warrant out for their arrest, or however that works, or just send them home with the goddamn ticket.
Yep.
I never understood a traffic stop where somebody has to get arrested. I never understand that. No matter if they got warrants or not, you know where they live.
Yep.
You know where they live. So send them to the house. That's when you have your goons with guns. Like if they're on your your radar or whatever, send them to the house where they live. Be like, we're looking for so and so. If he's in there, please let us know. We have this warrant. We can come in. And 9 times out of 10, mom's gonna give you up because she know either 1, you ain't shit, or 2, she ain't it with you and she gonna go down with you. So
You should know you ain't shit.
but the thing is, if you give the patrollers out there, if they don't have guns and all they can do is just send you on your way, that's so much more peaceful than getting killed.
Yep.
It just doesn't make sense for people to be stopped in traffic. Traffic cops should not exist unless there's an accident. There shouldn't be a guy waiting on the side of the highway just to pull somebody over when they're speeding. 9 times out of 10, you're speeding. It happens. It's just going to happen. And I think for the most part, if there were no traffic cops, there would be less accidents. Reason being is because 9 times out of 10, those who are in accidents are either not looking or looking out for the cops or some shit like that. So if they see a cop and like they give chase, then you're more prone to have more accidents. Now I know that doesn't even sound right, but that's my line of thinking.
Here's my thing with it, right? And I was with you up until you said there shouldn't be any traffic cops, only because now this is like going off on something different, but let's say there's an Amber Alert and everybody's at the station, but there was a cop. There could have been a cop somewhere closer to where this person that took this baby at.
I understand that. I'm not saying cops shouldn't be on post. I'm not saying that. There shouldn't be cops on the highway solely just to pull you over for suspicion of anything.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any software that runs your plates just in case you have a warrant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a traffic stop and there's something wrong, give them the ticket. And if they have a warrant, you send them to their house and then serve them papers. Mm-hmm. That's what that's supposed to do. Like the people pay for cops. So it's not like they need, the money for, summons or whatever, because we've seen the budgets. We know how much they get. So what is all this extra money going to? Mm-hmm. It's definitely not going back into the community.
Oh, no, it's not.
So why are cops so fucking gun-ho on stopping somebody and giving them a ticket? Because if they're stopping, they're going to have to give a ticket, because if they don't give you a reason why they pulled over, then they're at suspicion for for what is that? Harassment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to give you a ticket. It's the stupidest system, obviously, in the world.
You know what I don't understand? When I took my trip and I had the rental, if I got any ticket, quote unquote, I would get a virtual ticket. I'm just not understanding why virtual tickets just don't exist.
Wait,
virtual
what?
tickets
could do that?
Yeah, when you have a rental car, I took out the rental car, and like in the agreement paper, it was like, if you get any tickets, it will be a virtual ticket, and it will come to you in the mail, and you will have to pay the fine. Blah blah blah. I was like, okay.
So the cop
I'm
didn't
not getting any ticket.
He wasn't like stopping you or whatever? Or?
Oh no. I didn't get any tickets, but what I'm saying is that's what it said in the rental paper agreement.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah. Obviously, if I got pulled over, they probably wouldn't have gave me a ticket at that moment, but they'll be like, oh, I'm going to give you a ticket, but I'm going to be like, oh, this is in my car. This is a rental car. And they would send the information to them, and then I would have to pay it as they sent it to me. So.
Okay.
This whole thing is kind of wild. I was driving home, and I saw the National Guard again. Coming out of the city. Yeah. So, the whole thing with George Floyd happened here. So the National Guard, and I'm assuming because they weren't sure what the verdict would be at the time, but they had them here just in case there would be another uproar, more protests and everything. And it was a lot of trucks. I'm just like, but why? People have the right to protest.
Apparently not black people.
Not black people. Black people shouldn't be on the street protesting silently at that. That's deadly.
That's their thing. Like, I mean, we saw it in 4K during the insurrection. Like, they were like, no, stop. No, don't do that. No.
Don't do that.
And
here's a pepper spray.
They didn't even do
smoke
that.
Bomb.
They shot one person because she was climbing through the window. But no, black people get the whole 9 yards. They get You saw the video where the guy shot those pepper balls into people's houses?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
During the George Floyd shit? That's insane. But Trump and his people, they can literally just go over and then overthrow the government.
Yep.
That made no sense to me. And obviously it doesn't make sense because we We know the agenda. We know, and that's what's so frustrating. It's so black and white in our face. There's no gray area with that kind of with what we're seeing. There's no gray area with that. Mm-hmm. We saw the peaceful visual for what is his name? The violinist who was murdered by the cops. Was it Elijah McCain? Is that his name?
Elijah McCain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were just bullied. There was literally no reason for cops to come and break that up. But they couldn't do anything about the insurrectionists at the Capitol, the nation's capital. Mm-hmm. That place should have been the most secure that day, but it just wasn't. I have no idea how anything like that happens, but black people can't congregate and protest for literally the right to live. It boggles my mind
that's why I don't give people the time of day when they're like, oh, just because I support Trump doesn't mean I support whatever the hell he's about. It's like, yes, the fuck you do.
You literally support everything he's about.
Because for the last like 6 or 7 months before he was even like elected as president, his rallies were literally like racially discriminatory and crazy as hell. Like, they were wild as fuck. They were saying shit that niggas saw on recording, and people still voted for Trump.
Yep.
It's like, how can you sit here and say, oh, I don't support Trump's? Yes, the fuck you do. Yes, the fuck you do. Yes, you do.
You didn't half-ass vote.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't half-ass vote. You didn't vote for this one thing that he said correct, and this one thing that he did correct. You voted for the entire package, and guess what? The entire package included the racism.
Be right back. I'm gonna let Aqua out.
Go ahead. It included all the bullshit that you see today. Mm-hmm. You did that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sit here and I remember I did that like racism in the Pokemon community video. I remember seeing a lot of people. Obviously, they were white people with their icons and shit. There were some people like, oh, what does supporting Trump have to do with racism? It's like, are you fucking stupid? Did we not see the exact same documents? Mm-hmm. The exact same videos at his rallies? How he beat around the bush on certain questions regarding the KKK? What the fuck are we talking about? Like, what do you mean? Yes, that shit exists, you dumbass. And the fact that everybody thinks there's like these nuances to politics, guess what there are? The problem is when you submit that vote, you're submitting the entire package and not that sole purpose of why you're supporting something.
Yep.
You're not voting for an idea, you're voting for a person. Even though every person has like nuances and multiple factors to them that make them a good person in some people's eyes and a bad person in others, when you put in that final vote, when you're voting for somebody, you're not voting for a cause, you're voting for their entirety and not their ideas.
And their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because they say you some bullshit and you feed into it, now you look stupid as fuck because now they don't give you what you promised.
Exactly.
What they showed you.
That's like me voting for Biden and not liking the Green New Deal. I have no idea what's in it. I obviously I just want that motherfucker out of here. But the thing is, if the Green New Deal becomes something that's very detrimental to us, you know what? We have to take that L because that's who we voted in. Yeah. But the thing is, you can't pick and choose. You just can't. The best thing that you can hope for is if you like this, but you don't like that, is that one thing that doesn't get done. That's the only thing that you could ever hope for. But 9 times out of 10, the thing that you don't like is the first thing that's gonna go through.
Yep. They're pushing their agendas in there, and the others that you don't like. They don't give a fuck about you. They got the gullible ones.
Yes.
And it's like you can't sit there and you can't do that. You can't pick and choose what policies people introduce. You can't pick and choose what causes certain people fight for. And when you vote them in, you can't expect that one thing that you like about them to be the first thing and the only thing that they're going to enforce. No, they're going to enforce is that you don't like either. Or 2. Yeah. And that's your fault. And you have to hold that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes politics very tricky because it's just like somebody could be like, oh, yeah, we'll make weed legal, but at the same time, we're about to, keep these kids in these cages in New Mexico. But he said he's gonna make weed legal. Well, hey, there's kids in cages in New Mexico. And it's just like.
And the problem with that is, no matter who you chose, they're still gonna stay there.
Yep. No matter who you chose, they were gonna stay, and it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So
unfortunate.
So the thing with politics with me is black people are forever choosing the lesser of two evils. Always. There isn't a.
Excuse me.
There's never a black agenda. There's never a black agenda, and the problem with that is we need one. Mm-hmm. Black people, like, and other people of color, but mostly black people, are the most persecuted, the most sought after, the most hunted down people in America.
Yep. And
the problem with, voting and politics is that none of that is ever brought up. So what is really in it for us besides being in America? Like, what is it for us? Because we're not at the table when we're talking about money. We're not at the table when we're talking about justice. We're not at the table when we're talking about literally anything. We're just not at the table. We're not at the forefront. And it's what's in it for us besides, not having a racist leader. Mm-hmm. That's literally the only thing that we vote for. It's just not to have a fucking racist, emboldening leader.
You know what frustrates me? I've always really hated on Twitter when I would see like this black woman or this black man is the first of this in the past 69 or 89 or 59 years. I'm just like, why did it take so long?
Right, what the fuck are we waiting for?
Well, why wasn't they the first back in like 1992?
And what's absolutely crazy is when it's the first black anything, that black is mixed with something else. It's just never black. Barack Obama, yes. He's not all black.
Yes.
What's her name? Kamala Harris. She's not all black. Or Kamala Harris. Let me stop. Kamala Harris, not Kamala. Kamala Harris. She's not all black. She's black and Indian. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why can't we just have a straight black man that's not a fucking coon?
Please.
Like, bro, all the legit black people in politics, you know what? Let me stop. Cori Bush. Shout out to Cori Bush. I love her. Anyway, but the most prominent ones, they're all fucking tap dancing coons. Why? I never understood that.
Unfortunately, they can't get nowhere. They can't get nowhere.
Where are they going? Where are they going?
They get to a certain point in that political field, and in order to advance, unfortunately, they have to tap dance for
all they doing is lining their pockets.
Yeah,
they're literally not going anywhere. You see, every time, what is it? Weber Errol or whatever the fuck his name is, he speaks. Yes, the man lost by 89%. He only had 14% of the vote. Every time he speaks, there's always something stupid coming out of his mouth. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that people respond to him is those poll numbers. And it's just like, he keeps talking. Like, why the fuck do you keep talking? You're not making any kind of change. You just over there tap dancing away, and you're not making change. You're not doing anything. You lost.
Nobody wants you here. You lost.
You lost.
Yep.
Leave. Why are you still here?
He probably likes to feel important.
He does. Yeah. And that's the most frustrating thing about these black Republicans is they want to feel important while tap dancing for somebody who's just not going to give them time of day. That hurts the most. Out of all black America in politics, that hurts to see the most. Because 9 times out of 10, if anything were to happen to you, nobody would give a fuck. And it's double because the white people are really not going to give a fuck. The conservatives are not going to give a fuck about you. And the people that you turned your back on is not going to give a fuck about you. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing? That money going to run out. Money always runs out. No matter if you're going to run out of time, you're going to run out of money. So when that money runs out and then you ain't dead, you a dumb motherfucker. Look at Stacey Dash. She trying to get back into the black community. She can't. That card is gone.
Yeah.
That card is gone.
Yep.
That money gone, and you better go tap dance because we don't want you.
Yeah.
And that's what's so fucked up about black people in politics. That's not on the side of common sense. You can be a Republican, you can be a conservative, but you gotta have common sense. Like you gotta have eyes to see what's going on in front of you and not try to make it into something that it's not. It's whew.
Did you get that out? Did you get that out?
Bro.
Mikey was in his bag. And this
Political bag.
Mikey took this whole thing over, bro. I want you to know I was sitting here like, damn, bro. Somebody probably watching this shit like, damn, bro, why Nick not talking? I'm like, hey, look at me. Yeah, I'm just here saying, he going ham.
Bro.
He just having a good, sophisticated conversation.
Bro,
Yes.
politics is really just about common sense and what people need.
Talk.
Yep.
It's just common sense and what people need. And the thing,
Then,
well, I'll finish. I'll finish.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you good?
And the and the thing about what people need is more Republicans are always on the side of what this bigger guy can do for me. What this big corporation can do for me. And this trickle down shit that was supposed to have been working for 80 years, where is it? What's happening? Why don't we see that? How come I go get a job and the job won't hire me on, but they'll hire me for 7 or 8 months and let me go on a contract? Why can't I just be hired outright? Why is it that I have to jump through hoops to get insurance? Why is it that, all these big companies that are making so much money, having people on the bottom have 2 or 3 jobs, and then they get fired because the jobs overlap? So what's happening at the top to where these people at the bottom can't live? That's by design. That's not unintentional. This shit is on purpose. So when this war Ioku speaks of, it's like I say, it's not going to be a race war. It's going to be a class war. It's going to be a culture war. It's going to be the big versus the small, and it's going to be a hard fucking battle to fight. But I have no doubt that the people on the bottom are definitely going to rise up against the mighty on the top.
because there's so many.
Yes.
So many.
There's way too many.
And people are upset and they're tired and they're frustrated. It's just like, why am
That
I
is the
working
word of
70
the
hours
year.
a week?
The word of the year is tired.
Yes, it's just like, why do we gotta do all this? Why am I being triggered by media every day? Why am I so broke? Why does my business, my job don't want to give me money? Why is everything so damn difficult? And we got people, we're voting for people who only want to give me $600 a month.
That's the best they can
Not
do.
even that.
Not even that.
$600 for half of the year. That's not gonna help me.
Right?
Because people can't wash their fucking hands.
Man.
Mm.
I still ain't get my shit. I still ain't get my shit at all. I'm in this bitch like, damn, bro, y'all owe me like $3,200? Something like that.
Better check on that shit.
I've been calling.
It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. Because the only reason why it keeps happening is because we let it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like, unfortunately, like, we don't have the luxury of, like, choosing to stay on topic because we have a lot of shit going on at home.
Exactly.
You know, I always think about this. I think about this video I saw about these people that were bringing this guillotine to their capital. They were carrying a giant guillotine.
I saw it.
And I just think, like, damn, they were so fed up. What would happen if we did that shit? Yikes.
Well, I could tell you it ain't gonna be no, oh no, stop. Put that back.
It sure ain't.
It ain't gonna be none of that. There will be blood. Instead of one, there will be many.
Well,
On the streets.
enough of that.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of all that. We got to talk about them things.
Them things.
Them things.
Who do we talk about first? Who do we talk about first? Well, first and foremost, let's get the Nairo stuff out the way, since this is like a follow up to what we talked about already. So Nairo has come back from his almost a year hiatus from the internet. He decided to get off the internet and take a lot of legal actions. If you're not aware, Nairo, including a lot of others competitive Smash players, were outed for sexual relations with a minor, and multiple of those Smash people, we just so happen to be the people at the top and the social circles and whatnot. And so a lot of that social standing kind of just went downhill, and Nairo and a lot of other people decided to just get off the internet and take legal action. Some just ran away entirely, and that's pretty much it. So Nairo, for the last couple months, have been in a legal battle with CaptainZack. If you guys know, he was the quote-unquote victim of that story, and he came back, and Nairo, not only did he come back and say that I don't want to choose the wrong term, but I think they settled on something in court, and you come to find out that he also came out and talked about him being raped by CaptainZack, him being unconscious, him being taken advantage of by CaptainZack, and you find out that Samsora, one of the friends of both of them, knew about the situation and proceeded to flip-flop on each side, and eventually he ended up being banned from the community and tournaments and shit. Nairo is back to streaming on YouTube. He is still banned on Twitch, but he was still able to get his Twitter following back. He's been welcomed back with open arms, and I'm happy personally.
Not a lot of people you see on the internet can do that.
Yeah, that's the truth.
The only other notable person, it was Pro Jared.
Yeah, last person that we said I did was Pro Jared. Pro Jared came back in a monster 45-minute video.
He clapped back.
He came back in a monster 45-minute video. But Nairo came back.
He set the precedence though. Like Nairo followed
back,
his lead.
Yup. If you're gonna come back, you have to have some type of you have to come back. If you didn't do anything and you can prove that you didn't do anything, run them the receipts. People are looking for you, because in 2010, I'm pretty sure everybody, when we heard about Nairo being one of those niggas that were getting like outed or whatever, everybody was like, no, not Nairo. People love Nairo. People love Nairo. So the fact that he came back with like a 4 or 5 page document regarding his experiences, what really happened, it gave more clarity to it. But then he came back with a legal document as well, like, hey, this is it. It's like at that point, what you gonna say to him?
Exactly.
He's made his case, and he's proven himself. And the fact that all these people that were shunning him ended up becoming people that already knew about the situation but wanted to condemn Nairo anyway. The fact that still happens, and now that they're gone, they're deplatformed. Niggas look at them like, so you knew what Zach did to him.
Yep.
But to look socially, you know what I'm saying? But to look socially accepted, you condemned him still. So it's okay. Now we're banning all you niggas. Nairo's coming back. I saw Nairo come back on YouTube. He was streaming. It was one of the best things. It was one of the best things to look at, because he looked happy.
Yes.
It was like, that's dope. That's amazing.
You can even go back to the last couple podcasts when we talked about that, and I said, I don't give a fuck about anybody else within the community getting outed for the shit that they get outed for. Like, if they gotta go, they gotta go. That's fine. But the main problem, the one problem that people should have been looking at, was CaptainZack. I don't care what anyone said on that matter. And that goes into my whole, like, I need to word this the way that it won't sound really fucked up. The believe all victims and the mentality and action behind saying things like that needs to have some matter of checks and balances. Like, it's not that you don't need to believe someone, if a woman or guy comes to you and like, hey, this happened, or I was assaulted, I was raped, anything like that. It's not that your first instinct shouldn't be to believe them, but it should come with like something backed behind that, if that makes sense. Like this CaptainZack kid. Yeah, because like there was tons of information on this CaptainZack guy, and I've been saying it. There's like 9 tweets that somebody pulled up. There's stuff in the past.
So there's been there's a year before any of that shit that happened in this mass community happened. There was a whole couple of tweet-longers and documents already out on Zach, but everybody treated it as rumors, and they put it under the fucking rug.
No. They didn't treat it as rumors. Because he was a minor, they null and voided it. he can't be a predator, he can't be a rapist, he can't do these things because he's underage, he's a minor. So they passed it off, and that's what I'm talking about. People cape for a lot of situations because of X like thing going on.
Okay,
and that allowed him to keep doing this shit.
I have a question for anybody that's watching this stream or listening to this stream on whatever platform, on anybody on YouTube. I have a humongous question for you. If you were 16 years old, right, and one of your friends got in trouble for, because this does happen to a lot of little girls, 16, 17, 15 years old, you find out one of your friends molested their little sister, who's like 9, 8 years old or some shit. Do you just pass that off because she's a minor? They're both minors? No. That just sounds fucking weird. That's uncomfortable to talk about.
Yep.
You know? So it's like, you just because we're on the internet doesn't change that fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It doesn't change shit at all. So it's like, I don't like that either. I don't like excusing that minor shit, like minors can't be predators, when minors can obviously be predators. And 9 out of 10, you know somebody who in high school was a predator.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
And that's where a lot of that comes into play with that Zach stuff, you know. And now, shout out, like, I don't think you guys watch him, but I do. So like, shout out to Technicals for, he doesn't give a fuck about the community as far as like whether or not it's good or bad. He wants people to hold one another accountable for the shit that they quote unquote speak about. Everyone that called out the whole Nairo situation, the anti situation, I don't even remember who else got outed for a lot of the shit, but all those guys that got outed for anything, that whole Me Too movement pushing that narrative and removing basically all the top names in Smash Bros are gone now. You know, removing them. I
don't know if you watched his video on anti.
Not yet. It's in my watch later feed for the queue.
I feel like out of all the cases, anti was probably like the least important one personally.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch it.
Because I feel like a lot of people treated it as serious as the CaptainZack and Nairo shit and the Zero shit.
They treated them all that way.
They treated them all like that's the same way. But it was like, if you compare, the anti shit was really just him being lied to, and then a lot of the women in that community just coming up and just being like, yeah, he's a womanizer.
Yeah. And they blamed him for needing to know that. And it's like, and it's like, wait a minute. Lied.
Yeah, I mean, she lied. This is my thing, too. You're not going to walk up to a random ass person and ID them. Mm-hmm. Unless you are security.
Yeah.
Unless you're someone of, like, I guess, a bigger status, which we'll get into later about a certain someone. But,
okay. But you know what's funny is that, like, even in in his defense, because I watched his video on it. I didn't see Technicals yet. But Anti even showed the chat logs that he could show, you know, because Snapchat doesn't allow you to like pull up shit and save it, or Tinder, my bad. Tinder doesn't let you save things. There was 2 things. One, he's like, on Tinder, you need to be 18 or older. So like, that's already a law in itself. And then 2, in order for you, or not in order for you to do anything, when he was talking to her about her age or whatever, she's like, I'm 18. And like, she showed, you know, like her ID and all that kind of shit to, you know, proof
so she
of
got
age.
A fake ID?
Yeah, so it's like, if you're gonna go to that extent to lie, like, that's not on me.
Yeah, at that point, he's perfectly fine. Him being a womanizer, it depends on who you're asking. It's whatever. Like, who cares?
That's not illegal.
Yeah, that's just you morally not agreeing with
you're just a bad person at that point.
You don't agree with how he chooses to live his life, but it's not illegal to do that. You know, it's whatever. But I think that, like, out of that entire situation, the fact that he's being able to be given a platform again and, like, you know, talk about his shit is very interesting, because it just shows growth in that community and growth in the minds of just kind of just the community as a whole. Because it's like, you know, yeah, we just condemned on these people, but if we really look back, and a lot of people just did not research anything. It showed a lot of people don't look at shit.
Yeah.
Like
don't read.
Like a lot
That's
of people.
That's why I don't believe when people say like cancel culture isn't a thing or it doesn't exist. And
cancel
it's like,
culture is
100%
a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. You guys bandwagon on a lot of shit just to be doing it.
You niggas don't go in.
No research.
And that's the problem, right? The problem is, and I feel like this is when it's gonna like spark a lot of shit, but I feel like Yoko's gonna agree with me on this. Believing the victim completely absolves research for the people who don't really care that much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like
they don't need to look into anything.
At that point, if you're just a random ass person and somebody was told, yeah, did you hear about so and so and what he did to this girl? No, what happened? Oh, he did this, that, and the third. Mind you, this person you're probably getting this information from probably hasn't read all the documents, probably hasn't, like, you know, seen both sides of the spectrum or whatever. And you're just like, oh, really? Fuck that nigga then.
Yep.
Fuck him.
And it's just like, it's like mute noise.
Yeah.
Because you don't give a fuck, but you're going to tell somebody.
Yeah. Like, you I'm pretty sure half the people that bandwagon on certain cancel shits don't really give a fuck. They go back to their everyday lives and they get off Twitter. You know, they just gotta look good. They just gotta look good for social media.
That goes into my shit though. Like, I honestly, I'm just gonna say it, and I can say this because I ain't doing shit with my life half the time. No way. A lot of motherfuckers on the internet are fucking losers, and they point at other losers to make themselves feel better about being losers. And it's like, dude, you need a life. Like, go touch some grass. It just
touch grass. That's my favorite one. Touch grass.
Go touch some grass.
It's disgusting. I was thinking about, as you guys were talking about how people just don't do research, I was thinking about maybe like a couple months ago, there's this trans girl who scammed a lot of people saying that she got kidnapped.
What?
Yes.
Who's this
yes.
at?
What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They were sending all types of GoFundMes and stuff like that too.
Yep. And then later on came out that her and her friend came up with this whole plan to, you know, put a missing girl poster. It was her, and it was fake. It was a scam.
Wasn't it her sister that came out and said, like,
it was her friend?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, her friend came out and said that, like, this is how she is, and this isn't true. And
damn,
like,
that's fucked up. She just went. She didn't get a cut of the money. That's what that was.
Basically.
And my thing was, it was just like, y'all need to research. It shouldn't have took that long for y'all to figure out that was a scam, mind you. But at the same time, you know, there were people that were obviously suspicious of it. But I feel like you shouldn't disregard or be like, yo, you're insensitive. This person's missing. And you're talking about this could be fake. What's wrong with you? They have every right to feel that way. Or to be like, oh, this seems odd. I don't.
You can't question that kind of stuff anymore, though, because it perpetuates the idea that you are, one, victim blaming, and two, looking for a reason to not believe said situation.
We gotta talk about nuance. We gotta talk about nuance. Needs to be a topic for one of these podcast episodes now that we're back, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, it's so weird how Mikey used the word black and white regarding politics, but in certain situations like these, there's a lot of nuances to a lot of these situations that I feel like a lot of people aren't, like, thinking about. And
for sure,
one of these days I definitely want to have that conversation so I can let people know how fucking stupid you are. And I want you to think about it. How fucking stupid you are.
The thing with politics and me calling it black and white, we have the what is it? We have the gift of hindsight. Because when things happen, we can look back on them and we can say for sure that, hey, yeah, this was a bad thing that happened, and we shouldn't have to do that again. Now, with things like the, you know, allegations with minors and all that kind of stuff, that is a little bit of a gray area because, one, yes, we should believe victims, but not everybody's a victim.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet, if you don't mind me saying, people are throwing the word abuse around very lightly.
Oh, I've been saying that, yeah. You
know, and it was like, just because someone was rude to you does not equate abuse.
Thank you.
Everything is assault. Everything is abuse. Everything is
I want
assault,
you to know,
like...
I've been seeing these, like, popular tweets, and I can't lie to you, a lot of you people are fucking crybabies. You niggas are mentally weak. Go get help. I've seen a lot of people do, like, this, like, weird tactic where it's like mind games. They'll try to move the definitions around to fit, like, their agendas and shit. And it's like, that's not abuse, my nigga. That's disrespect.
Yeah.
Yep.
People don't respect you. That doesn't mean that's a you thing, you bitch. maybe if you weren't so fucking and this is victim blaming. Maybe this is if you weren't a bitch, people would respect you more. But that
But
goes back to
at that point, you're not a victim if you're just being disrespected.
Yeah, you're just being disrespected. Like, people can be different from each other. I hate the fact that, like, we have to sit here as a collective, as a society, and think of the exact same way. Otherwise, you get left behind, or otherwise, you know, you are the problem. You're part of the problem. But it's like, wait a minute. Whoa. I can still support your cause, right? Because I do believe the victims to an extent, and I do believe, obviously, what abuse. I know abused people before. I know victims. You know,
right?
So it's like I do believe in that shit, but at the same time, you know, just because I don't sign to the same morals and ideals as you does not make me any less of a person than you are, and you shouldn't condemn me for feeling that way as long as I'm not being hostile or showing animosity towards you.
Or
we have to have this conversation. The world does not revolve around you. Nobody gives a fuck about you unless they're in your life.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who you are half the time.
You can turn off YouTube. You can shut down Twitter, and these people don't exist anymore.
Exactly. These people on you. Look, I don't exist to you. Anybody? None of the people in this podcast. None of these niggas you know in real life. You will probably never meet us in real life unless we do like a panel at a fucking con or whatever next 2 or 3 years when the world opens up or some shit. But even then, you'll never know who we really are. And the moment you get off this video, the moment you leave the stream, the moment you leave a like, you donate, whatever, you go back to your every fucking day life. You don't know who we are. And we don't know who you are. We're talking to you. We don't know who you are. Yep. There comes a point where you are forced to not give a fuck. It's okay to not give a fuck.
Thank you.
Not everything on this planet needs an emotional reaction to it.
Not everything needs a fucking reaction.
What are you going to do when you leave the stream? You're going to be upset for the rest of the day. God, they didn't give a fuck about me. I'm just so upset. God, I can't believe it.
On Twitter and look at more upsetting shit.
And you're going to unfollow them. You're going to find somebody else to replace them because that's just how the content space works. If you don't like somebody, you replace them. You know what I'm saying? Content creators are just, it sucks to say this because I am one, but content creators are just transaction for people. We entertain and they leave. That's it.
I want it to be okay for me to say this because I did see this. It's okay to outgrow somebody's content. It's okay.
It's okay to outgrow somebody.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
outgrow
okay to
somebody.
It's okay. Okay. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this?
No.
Don't do it.
Are we naming content creators?
Bro, we don't have another hour, bro. We do not have another hour.
Okay.
We ain't gotta.
Okay. I keep it to myself. But it happens, and unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people are very afraid of change. And it's one of those things where you growing out of people and growing out of a group of people, you growing out of doing something for so long, or you growing just growing in general. A lot of people are afraid of the repercussions that come with leaving that. Especially when odds are against you. Like, imagine like you have a whole friend group that you grew out of. Now you're alone and you have to go out and find new friends. But now you're scared because it's like, damn, I have to find people that are just like me, or like my same shit, or like or in my shit like that. So it's like you gotta. It's okay. Like half this shit that I see online, this shit is so fucking trash. It's just assumption based. It's just pushing an agenda that they believe internally. And it's like, dog, look, I understand that you have gone through shit, but nobody gives a fuck about your trauma. Besides the people that you care about, besides people that care about you, that is you. What happened to the whole everybody is in their own bubble, they're in their own space and shit, and everybody that's in their lives are the planets? You remember that fucking saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's in their own little bubble. And the people that you associate with, that you love and care about, those are the people that that have that luxury of having access to you. You putting yourself and your shit on the internet is just giving people who don't give a fuck about you access to you.
Well, the problem with that is when the internet boomed, all that shit went out the window because, hey, wow, this guy from Texas said something to me. And now he thinks that, I matter to him or her or however that works. So that shit used to fly when not everything was so connected. We're living in an entirely different era.
Right.
Like this internet era is so fucking different from what anybody is ever used to. It's throwing people for a loop.
But it's dumb as fuck because now a lot of people are going outside with no way to actually talk to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can't go outside and say half the shit you can say on Twitter. You will get your ass fucked. You will get fucking bodied. Real talk.
Keyboard warriors.
If you go outside and say some stupid shit, you will get smacked the fuck up.
Or like situations like this, because this one's for me personally, I resonate with. I don't have that interaction with people anymore to be able to go outside and look folks in the eye and be able to get like used to that. I can't do that now. But, you know, if I did, I'd be looking everybody in the eyeball. Look you in the eyeball, y'all. I'm just saying, it's just like everybody's able to look on Twitter, say whatever they want, you know, have this persona online, you know, talk to people from Tokyo, Australia, you know, be tough, be sweet, be a lovable person. But are you actually that?
You know what I'm saying? But
when you turn off your computer, are you that?
But while we doing that, because Mikey's right, we don't have another hour. So James Charles's entire channel has been demonetized after current allegations.
I thought you were about to say deleted.
No, I wish. James Charles' entire YouTube channel has been demonetized after 15 allegations of sexting and just inappropriate conduct with minors and whatnot. And I'm happy for that. Fuck James Charles. That nigga is a monster.
Such a buffoon.
And it really is disgusting how I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like that people are condemning him because for the longest time, a lot of my friends used to think that like, oh, if James Charles, because niggas, there's been many stories about James Charles anyway regarding a lot of like that underage minor shit anyway, and a lot of people were kind of like, you know, oh, James Charles is gonna get away with it because he's gay. The gays love him. The women love him. He does makeup tutorials. They love him. He's gonna have a blanket. It's whatever. But it's like, nah, these companies are backing out this nigga. Mm-hmm. They're leaving this nigga. His sponsors are leaving. His channel is demonetized. When the fuck was YouTube done that? They ain't even take away PewDiePie's demonetization when he said the N-word.
No, you knew they weren't gonna take his over.
I was fucking PewDiePie. They're not taking PewDiePie's shit. But that's what I'm saying. The severity of it is like, yo, like, you know, it's cool to see that like the internet is proving the assumption wrong. That like, oh, he was going to be okay because the gays and the women love him.
Yeah. And you know, I just think he's so dumb. If I'm making that much money, it ain't no way anybody under 18 is even coming near me.
That goes into my fucking loser shit, bro.
You gotta
bro, if I was 18, 19, 20, 21, bro, I'd get me a goddamn cougar, bro.
You could just pay for butt, bro. I mean, in his case, I guess bussy, but like you could just pay for it. You don't even have to.
Yeah, what we doing here?
Bro,
you want folks younger?
Money.
What do folks younger got? They ain't got money. They broke.
You know,
they broke, jobless.
What do they call them things? A mail-in bride or mail order bride or whatever. You got all these options to stay legal. You out here want to fuck with 12-year-olds? Come on, man.
12.
Is that legal? That's a gray area.
Mail order brides?
Mail order brides? When I was working at the bank, there's a guy that ordered a wife.
So it's like your wife at that point, right? Like. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Definitely more legal than a 12-year-old. So
you can get it.
Sure.
I got my wife the old-fashioned way.
Oh,
high school to get you.
I just think that he's an absolute idiot. There's just no way a man is getting contact with me.
Man, we have to talk about mental illness.
No, this nigga in his video said he was using his For You page as a dating app.
As a dating app.
I don't even know how you do that.
I want you to know. Hold on. I want you to know, bro. I want you to know. Look at this bullshit. I would go in this month. Move, girl. Move. Damn.
Yeah, she was shaking that ass.
Anyway, this nigga looks young as hell. She's like 18. Half these niggas, if I keep scrolling down, all these popular ones go away, and at some point you're gonna start seeing the children with like no fucking following, no views. So they're nobodies. They're nobodies on the internet, but you see them because of the TikTok algorithm. All you gotta do is scroll down a couple of things and you see them, and it's like,
who's this?
I think that's what it is. I think it's the anonymity. Is that how you pronounce that word, or is it anonymity? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I think it's that makes them want to do that in the first place. Even with the next guy, right, that we're going to talk about. It's the idea. There's two ideas. One, that you won't get caught. You know the huge risk of getting caught, and you know the consequences. But because nobody knows this nobody, it's the idea of not getting caught. And then on top of that fact, it's that like in the event that I was seen in person, or like I was caught publicly with this person, they look maybe a certain age and nobody knows who this kid is, so they can't like cross-reference, oh bro, that's Jimmy from down the block, he's got a YouTube channel with 30K. Like, nobody knows that. I think that's what it is that goes through their heads when it comes to like who I'm looking for to do some really fucked up shit, because it doesn't make any other sense.
It's a power thing.
Yes,
it's absolutely a power thing.
It's a power thing. Like, who else but to have power over besides a child?
Yep. And the thing is that just doesn't make sense to me is like, you go to this nobody, right? But you're somebody. You got a name. People will put a name to you. You are James Charles. There's just no way
you're EDP.
that you're sitting here. Yeah, or EDP. Like, you're sitting here like, oh,
Correct.
I'm talking to Miss Lil Kendra, but Kendra's like, yo, but you treat me like this. This is the way I'm finna go on Twitter or Reddit. They ain't gotta know me, and I ain't gotta have a following. All they gotta do is threaten
you with that, bro. Like, once you put yourself in that scenario, your life is in their hands.
Danger.
It's ridiculous.
See, like, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That goes into that CaptainZack shit too. Like, and that's why I say I don't blame them for what they did, but I do blame them at the same time. It's still fucked up. But given the scenario that you're already in, you're like, that's a losing fight for you and a winning fight for them. You know, Zach was extorting niggas left and right. Hey, you know what, man? New PS5 came out. I didn't get one, but I got a guy gonna sell it to me for $1,200. Can you slide that $1,200 my way plus tax? I don't really have that right now. This twit longer I just wrote up looking real fresh, bro.
I can't lie to you. I'm gonna say this right now. If I was in that situation, I'm extorting niggas.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm gonna say that. I know we can't say that. I know we can't say that. I know we gotta be PC, but look, it's still, if I'm 16 years old and my mom doesn't have the income for it, and some nigga with like 1 million views getting millions of sponsorships, nigga, look, I need that. Nigga,
right?
I need
a giveaway for a brand new PC.
I need
PC. Hey, bro, I need that.
It's either we eating or
I'm gonna say either we eating or I'm going back to my normal everyday life.
And you getting
fuck is you talking? And you getting canceled the fuck out of here. Real talk,
bro.
And that's fucked up saying, but like legit though, but legit though, fuck James Charles. I'm really happy that nigga is finally getting his shit like He's getting his shit, dude. Real talk. Fuck him.
He'll be back, though. That's the worst part about it.
He will be back. He will be back, and hopefully, a lot of the women and the gays that support him learn to actually hold people as accountable as they claim they do online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they get that nigga out of here, because there's no way in hell he should have a platform.
That's just my problem with like canceling somebody. These content creators, most of them are content creators, but that's my problem with canceling them. Is like, people don't do it for the sake of like, I want this person to get help, and so they should go and do X phase in their life. It's like, nah, I just feel like being a dick today, so go ahead and cancel them. And like, I'm okay with Twitter court, quote unquote, canceling them. But it's like, at the end of the day, hypothetically speaking, James could delete his entire channel right now. He wouldn't, but he could. And he can still go out and fuck with 12-year-olds.
Yep.
And nobody's gonna tell him no, because you don't know what he's doing at that point. It's because they're who they are that they have these targets on their back. You just have to be careful with a lot of the stuff that you do. But nobody's sending these to like police stations or like your local authorities. Nobody's called up James' hometown, wherever the fuck he is, and it's like, yo, you got a child predator out there. You need to put him on the list.
I'm not gonna hold you,
bro. That nigga done.
I got words.
He canceled himself, bro.
I got words.
That nigga done.
Because James Charles is James Charles. I don't watch that nigga anyway. I'm gonna let the niggas that do watch him handle him when he gets here. But EDP, you nasty sick motherfucker, dog.
Disgusting.
Have y'all seen those logs?
Yes, I watched the video.
I haven't seen them all.
That shit was funny.
I didn't watch the video.
Man's is done, bro.
Disgusting.
You sick motherfucker. Like, that is some sick ass shit. I don't even need to tell people, if you haven't heard about EDP445, if you YouTube search him right now, you will see many of the same video confronting him, showing DMs that he sent to supposedly a minor because he got catfished. And that nigga's sick. That nigga has sent I think it was 2 or 3 pictures of his private parts to Shorty. He even talked about how he knew he was gonna get in trouble if he got caught in like 2, 3, or 4 times in those DMs.
You know the fucked up
and
part
apparently
is,
he met up with 2 other people that in this exact same scenario.
Yeah.
That's a sick ass nigga.
That is,
and it's like
terrible.
He has such a weird, like, the way he was, wording things and saying things. It's like because it's not reverse psychology. That doesn't exist when he's doing what he's doing. You could have not been in those situations 97 times. You literally talk yourself out of it, and the out is there. He blocked her, right? At least the girl that we're talking about during this escapade and whatnot. He blocked her. He was like, hey, I can't do that. I understand, like, you might be into me because of X, Y, and Z, but if I get caught, like, that's it. I'm done. My life is over. So I can't do that. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, whatever. And then he blocks her. About a month or so later, however long it was, they start talking again. And I'm like, dude, you were out.
What?
You literally did the right thing. You were out. You were safe. You were good. There's no canceling right there. Why would you go back?
So
and it's just like
mental illness, man.
Idiot.
I don't even want to call it a mental illness.
It is a mental illness. It is a mental illness, but that's not to the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it for that reason. I literally just don't think that it's some are legit. I do believe that is a mental illness for some people. I think in a lot of scenarios that people get caught, I don't think it has anything to do with like them being mentally sick for whatever the word medical, something scientific, whatever, that specific thing. I don't think that's it at all. I legit think that they just want to do something because of how taboo it is. Like there's
they get excited.
I'm not gonna say he's
because
mentally, that's the excitement from it.
It's the edge. It's the risk.
It's a huge power play, like we talked about earlier. And it's not that he has complete control over her, but it's grooming. It's the molding process. The girl was like, what, 13? So it's the idea that he can turn, this, as nasty as it's gonna sound, quote unquote, daddy's little princess, that he can turn her into a woman that is like 176% all for him. No questions asked. Like if I want fucking sandwiches at 2:00 every day for the rest of my life, you're totally down. You're conditioned to do the things that I want from a young age up to the legal age, and I don't have to worry about anyone unconditioning you from doing that because you're so like into him at that point. That's why I say I don't think it's a mentally sick thing. It's him making that choice both physically and mentally, and then pushing through with it to see if he can get away with it or not.
It's him abusing his platform.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's a huge abusive platform.
I can agree with that.
That's a full circle back to the shit we were talking about. Because EDP is not an attractive nigga. Ain't no way in hell a nigga with no goddamn pot belly and lean. That nigga shit, bro. Hold on, bro. That
ain't no pot belly, bro. That ain't no pot belly, man.
That nigga shit was like this. His legs was like bent back. He was. And it's like, nigga, you good? What?
They told him we can sit down if you want. No, I'm good. I'll stand up.
I'll stand up.
It's like, nigga, what you talking about? Excuse me? No, nigga.
That shit was funny.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and it doesn't help that the guy that was exposing him is like a racist.
Yeah, I saw that video too.
Not even that, bro. He is also a pedophile, a racist, and all the other toxic shit. How do you get exposed by another pedophile? And then my brother said we were talking about that earlier on the phone, and he mentioned it's it's always like people that are already in your circle or doing the same shit as you that will gladly fucking expose you in order to progress themselves. That dude that exposed EDP,
that's crazy.
like, I'm a fan of yours. You know, I was in your community. I watched your shit. Because you did that so you could steal his platform.
Because now that makes sense why niggas think me, Nexus, and everybody else exposed Nappy. niggas will die on that hill. They're gonna be like, hey yo, you all did this. You all conspired against my nigga. I was on a date when Nappy got exposed. I don't know if I told anybody this. I was on a weekend date with a girl the same weekend that PAX happened. So I wasn't stressing. I was out getting vagina the exact same day he got exposed. I woke up that morning. I got me some motherfucking breakfast. Check my phone. It is a shit show. Ding, ding, ding. It's like, oh shit. Ain't no goddamn plan, my nigga. I was cooling. Nick was fine. And if niggas knew, then I'm pretty sure we would have been just like everybody else and left.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, if they knew about it, they left the group. Or they just did not like how the group was handled or whatever. There goes that. But it's like, for you to sit there and accuse the people who were friends with him for trying to take a platform from him that you weren't going to support anyway, that makes no sense. So let's say for sure let's stick to the same rhetoric that you all believe in. Like, oh yeah, we did set Nappy up, and we did want to deplatform him, right? Here we are 2-3 years later. Me and Nexus are still the only ones doing YouTube videos. We're not getting the same views as Nappy did when he was around, and Nappy's not getting the same views as he did when he was active, when he was your favorite, quote unquote. What did us doing that change for anybody?
As far as a positive gain for
exactly.
YouTube,
as far as like a positive platforming gain for anybody, nothing. And that's not even hindsight. We just did what the fuck was right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's everyone takes things as a personal attack. You know, I don't say this specifically for these scenarios, but just like anything, dude.
Yeah.
You know, you tell somebody their favorite game is trash and they take it personal.
I told somebody Animal Crossing was garbage one time.
I saw that.
Just to laugh at him. And he came to me today this morning. I was like, I'm excited for the Mortal Kombat movie. He's like, how old are you? I'm like, nigga, Mortal Kombat?
He was ready to attack you,
bro. And then he said, you called me out for liking Animal Crossing, so I got to get you back. I'm like, those are two different franchises.
That's not even an age thing.
No, those are two different franchises.
Nigga, you're doing chores. You're literally just playing a game doing chores. That
paying alone.
He had
living life.
He had a King Nappy icon. So I was already on hostile mode, right? And then I called him a weirdo, and I said, you have a mental illness. just to throw a jab in there. You know, it wasn't warranted, but fuck it, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
A little body blow, you feel me?
And he spazzed. He responded to the tweet like 10 times in an hour, and then he revealed his mental illness. So I wasn't wrong either.
Good.
He was like
10 times. He was like, the way I would have muted.
He was like, look at you for attacking a guy with autism. I'm like, oh, here you go, weaponizing your mental illness because now you can do that shit. No, you stupid bitch. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me enjoy things. You fucking weirdo. Sorry. He changed his icon and banner in 2 seconds.
Damn.
Poor thing.
Fuck him.
He should go touch some grass.
Anyway, unblock me, you bitch. I know you. He follows me now. Hold on, he follows me.
Okay, so what's the problem? It's always the ones that are following you, you know, following your content. They gotta say something.
They gotta keep up. Every tweet you make, he gotta realize if it's an attack or not.
I think that's it.
They gotta retort.
For this episode. This was an amazing comeback.
I enjoyed our conversations.
Really
today.
good conversations. Really interesting.
I didn't think I was going to be that involved. Looking at this list, I didn't think I was going to be that involved. But I apparently still have some shit to get off my chest.
I thought you would have fucking railed into EDP, man. I thought that would have been your go-to topic.
What is it to talk about though with that shit? That shit's already out, niggas.
I mean,
yeah, he's sick.
My thing with EDP is like everybody knows how I stand because I have all girls. Like I will fucking kill you. No cap. Don't come after my babies because I will come after your fucking life,
saying.
and I will do that time.
Like I'm gonna say, like what is he gonna say? Like this shit hits home. But no, I feel like that was a really productive podcast. First day back, season 2, episode 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we get a round of applause for ourselves?
Oh my goodness!
Come on, man! Come on, man!
Did we
did that?
Did we do what is it? Viewer questions? Are we doing that?
We're not
today?
doing that. We're not.
We don't have any.
Not
Okay.
today. It's the first episode. It's the first episode. We gotta have viewer questions. Anywho, now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna reiterate the same announcement that I did in the beginning of the podcast. The Roy Roundtable podcast, is now weekly. We are now available on Apple Podcasts, so not only Spotify and wherever else you're watching us from, we're over here on Apple Podcasts as well. And on YouTube, as always, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe on YouTube, as well as rate the podcast on whatever platform that you can on. It helps out a lot. It helps out greatly. And if you're on the Patreon, or if you're on any of the podcasts, if you enjoy what you heard today, consider subscribing to the Patreon. Get active in the Discord, link in the description, and all the YouTube videos coming out soon. And that is it. We'll see you all next week. Hope you guys have a good one. And hopefully the world doesn't get more chaotic.
You know it is. Like
it is.
I know, right?
But before I end this off, I want to have a quote. I want to share a quote with you all that I heard from Joe Budden's podcast, but also from a book that I read. Life is a series of moments and moments past. So in this moment, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my 3 amazing co-hosts for the return of my baby.
Oh,
You see her cry?
We're back, and it's time to kill shit. Thank you all so much for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you all next week. Bye.
you read books?
peace.
Oh, good.